Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody that a lot of people were just watching. Jessie Journals and Unboxes has been a beloved and dedicated moderator here with Tuber Chat for as long as I can remember now. And she just dropped a premiere moments ago. She does that every Sunday at the same time with perfect consistency. And for those of you who were in that premiere, you saw what consistency can do for somebody. Her chat was on fire. And I talk about that often. One of the fastest rolling chats you're going to find in the Tuber Chat family. She rivals those of Butler Family Farm, the Stock Explorer, Scratch and PPA, and a few select others. Very fast paced, very high energy. A lot of fun to be a part of. When you visit any of our moderators for live streams or premieres, you'll be invited to continue meeting people exactly the same way we do here in these live streams. They all have an overwhelming sense of generosity. What Jessie Journals does on her channel, a lot of unboxing, and she's been doing this for years. Literally, she's been with us almost from the beginning. So we've been here 6 years now. She's been with us for at least 5.5 of those years. And her support for all of us has increased over all of this time. That's a neat trick because we all know that it's harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like as we continue along our YouTube journey. We all start at zero. But once we start making friends, get into a couple of dozen, it's not too difficult to catch each other every single day. Eventually, you start seeing your friends a couple times a week, once every other week, starts to get to be like once a month. So for somebody to be able to have their support increase for everyone, like I said, is a very neat trick. She's been able to accomplish this. All of our moderators have an overwhelming sense of generosity. I run into each of them, pretty much all of them every day, supporting other people in people's live streams and premieres and the live chats. What Jessie's doing on her channel, though, a lot of unboxing. Like I said, she's been doing these for many years and has just changed up the channel a couple of years ago to put more focus on the things that she's creating and a lot of crafting and journaling supplies more than anything else. She still does many different types of unboxings. Over the years, she's done anything from bath and beauty products to snacks to stationery to jewelry. Lately, a lot more crafting and journaling supplies. She does hauls in between the unboxings of mystery subscription services. Most of us have seen things like this. And during her premiere, she often manages to get some of the business owners to come into the chat to do some Q&A and say hello while she's going through the unboxing, which is really cool. She shows us the things she makes after she's gotten a chance to work with some of the crafting supplies. She collaborates with people all of the time. And then she shows us all the different types of things that come in the unboxing videos or hauls. When we look at her shorts videos, she features a lot of the items that she finds in these unboxing videos, like washi tape here. If I look at the more popular one, she's got jewelry there, bath and beauty products. Like I said, the snacks, the stationery, the postcards, the books, everything's throughout this channel on both the videos and the shorts. She's got live streams as well. She does plenty of those in the past. We'll see if she's going to continue them, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And then, thank you, Eerie Frog. But it's great to see you. That's a longtime friend. Handicapped Travelers in the house. Heart's Humble Homestead. Good to see you in the house. I think I watched my first video from that channel earlier today. Mary Catherine Loves Cats is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I believe I met her through Jessie Journals and Unboxes a long time ago. I got to get a channel onto the screen right away. I'm going to lose track already of what's happened in the chat. Before we even got started, we had a few things happen here, and OG Sean White gifted a handful of memberships, and then High Plains Camper came in and gifted a membership right after that. Here in Tuber Chat, we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto this spinning wheel, onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get to the spinning wheel shortly, and we always put members and moderators onto that wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. But everybody has a chance to be on the wheel and the screen. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours or so. And afterwards, Kristen Welton's going to do a premiere. Then Canadian Family Life is going to go live. They only go live once every month or two. They get a special birthday celebration for one of the family members. We'll see that tonight. And Michael's Adventures will be on at 8 o'clock as he is every day. And then thank you, OG Sean White. You don't have to do so much. I certainly don't expect any of this type of support. I certainly don't want to solicit it. I do appreciate it. It's absolutely unnecessary, and certainly so much. OG Sean White's really been hammering the over-the-top generous support in these ways over the last little while. So thank you for that. And then Michael's Adventures is in the house. I mentioned Kristen Welton. She's on the wheel. Van Lott is here. That's a creator that's going live multiple times a day. I finally caught a woodworking live stream, I believe, yesterday, right? And then Van Lott brings us some spiritual inspiration as well. Rushing Wind Mountain's been with us from the beginning. Debbie6143 has been with us for years as well. PK Adventure Travels and Yellow Shirt Dad are both longtime friends. And Crafty Witch 232 celebrated a birthday yesterday, so I hope everybody will wish her a happy birthday if you didn't get a chance to celebrate during her live stream last night. She has tons of support coming in. She's live just about every single day. Just Jason Keto's in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. Members and moderators, like I said, I add right away. Consume the Goodness is here. Sarah Prestwood's in the house. Nesha Antoinette is here. Henry Leslie Vermont has been a supporter for years to many channels as well. I run into them almost every day supporting other people. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is here. April Showers Network has been with us for years. And I certainly do appreciate all the support, especially over all this time. I can't remember how long every channel's been in the Tuber Chat family, but I like to recognize the idea that some creators have literally been with us for many years, just so that everybody can understand this is what's on deck or on tap for all of us. The idea of supporters that will be with us not just weeks and months into the future, but literally years into the future, taking a real interest in our channels, our content, and our YouTube journeys. I've got to get Yellow Shirt Dad and Van Lott onto the wheel, but I'll do that in another moment. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So on the screen we have a channel that's able to do something that I talk about all the time and I really love. Over a lifetime, literally, of social media, I've been here from the beginning, always gravitating towards small businesses, self-employed people, things like this. Not to play favorites, but I always have a place in my heart for people who are working as hard as they can and even harder than anybody would expect. Now, OG Sean White, of course, we notice is, over the top when it comes to the generosity that they spread around. But this creator is out there doing something that I just love to see. So they're door dashing every single day. They seem to be live daily, and I'm lucky to catch them fairly frequently. But the thing is, they're live streaming while they're doing it. That's double dipping, and I love that idea. I've been fortunate to be able to do it a couple times in my own life. It's a real way to get some extra leverage on your time. That's the one thing that we can all agree we don't have enough of, right? So it's unfortunate when we have to only do one thing at a time, but if you can get paid to do one thing, whether you're self-employed, whether you're working, whether it's a standard job or any other thing at all, but live stream or make a video at the same time, That's doing two things at once as a minimum. And all the work we do here on our YouTube channels with every video helps the work we did yesterday and helps the work afterwards. So we get extra leverage in that way as well, if that makes sense. Cove Action is in the house. That's Chuck and Lori from Syracuse. Ms. Taro D is in the house. And a Blonde Traveling Gypsy is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. I'm trying not to scream at the camera. I started to lose my voice at the end of the last stream. We had to cancel one because of it. I've been looking after it, but those of us who live stream probably all understand, yes, it's possible to accidentally raise our voice and sometimes do it for hours on end. Big Dude 1234 is in the house. They've been with us for several years as well. They continue to send friends over here and family members for that matter. And then, forgive me, I'm dancing back and forth between ideas. I'll catch up with the chat in a moment. Southwest Jet, pardon me. Oh, yes, Southwest Jet Official. Southwest Jeff Official. That's a longtime friend, I think, as well. They're getting close to 3,600. The J Jordan is a longtime friend and member as well. When we look at OG Sean White on the screen, what I'm talking about is the idea of double dipping. Like I said, they're door dashing, they're live streaming at the same time. If you think about that, you're making money while you're working, but you're also able to draw in revenue from YouTube, whether it's from ad money and people watching, or whether it's from super chats and memberships, and all of those things happen for Sean. This is one creator that I've noticed goes over and above when it comes to gratitude as well. I've seen it time and time again. They do lots of tributes, they make videos for people, things like this, but they are constantly thanking their audience. One of the things we have to try to remember is to recognize everybody, especially if we're live streaming. Comments can help afterwards to give people a little bit of recognition. Thanks for watching, thanks for engaging, things like that. But people love to be recognized when we have them in our channels for premieres or live streams, chats. And OG Sean White does a great job of keeping up with the chat while live streaming and while working. Not to mention he happens to sing quite a bit as well. I noticed that today. I've noticed it before, but I noticed today he seemed to be in a very good mood, which is great. This creator, 8,500, 8,700, 21,000 views on one of these shorts videos. And I have heard, I don't know if it's true, I keep seeing these posts on Facebook and other places, I think, that say that Dunkin' Donuts might be coming to Canada. And that is going to throw a wrench into an entire industry up here, because we all know everybody loves Dunkin', right? Live streams on the channel happen, like I said, daily, and then Sean puts out videos whenever he can. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. We'd love to push them towards the 2,300 subscribers we know that they're thinking about right now. He gifted 5 memberships. Again, he's done that plenty of times before, many times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support, and I always say it, but it really is absolutely unnecessary, although appreciated. And I got a special story to talk about with High Plains Camper as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Yeah, Ms. Taro D, we can all get better. It literally comes from practice. If we're lucky enough to have too many people in our live streams when we first start out, and it becomes a challenge to keep up with everyone, it's something we can improve over time. So I know a lot of creators do live streams and fall behind in the chat. They mention that, and then some of them even talk about, I know I'm 15 minutes behind in the chat, but I'm catching up. My recommendation is that we have to try to catch up eventually. And if you can grab yourself a handful of other creators that you really trust, your biggest supporters are usually the ones, other channel owners, to become moderators on your channel. They will help because they'll recognize everybody. They'll say hello, and God forbid you miss somebody, they've at least been acknowledged in the chat. We work so hard to get people to come to our channel for the very first time. What an unfortunate thing it would be if they left just because they felt ignored, not recognized, and not appreciated, right? Your moderators can really help with that. And just getting better over time with everything. even little bits at a time. I don't want to get anybody stressed out over, I have to be better. Tuber Chat said I got to be better. Like, no, we just have to improve. Even if we do the simplest things that some of the motivational people will talk about, one little improvement in every stream or every video, I promise you, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're not even going to remember what it was like to feel overwhelmed, because it'll be so natural to everyone. And then Resident Rev Secutioner, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And as I'm talking about being behind in the chat, I'm behind in the chat. I do have a special story, though, like I said, about High Plains Camper. So I've been, I didn't expect to have them up so early. So thank you for the gifted membership, by the way. That puts their channel on the screen right away. It looks like Consume the Goodness is going to be added as well. The one man in Japan, I don't think we know that channel, but I will put them on the screen in another moment. We absolutely honor super chats like that, so thank you, Consume the Goodness. And we'll have a look at what that channel is all about. There's Van Lot dropping a super chat right behind Kendra, so thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, like I keep saying, but very much appreciated. We do, though, put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen, as you see, right away when those things happen. But we'll get to spinning the wheel as quick as we can. I'm going to get through as many channels as possible in the next 3 hours. And then, yeah, Southwest Jeff has been a longtime friend. Southwest Jeff official. I trip over these handles still, right? They forced them on us a while ago. And then there is a slow mode for chat, Henry Leslie, Vermont. But I have found in my own experience that it frustrates people more when they can't chat freely, when the chat holds everybody back. Not to mention, very possible for somebody to feel like they're banned. And I've had an accusation of that type before, where I had put slow mode on, and somebody had said, oh yeah, I know somebody who did that to me before, and they got really upset, and I didn't really get a chance to say, no, you're not banned. It's it's a feature. But it's okay. And thank you, Consume the Goodness. Yeah, no, I will put your channel up briefly as well. But thank you for that. We absolutely honor those. It's an overly generous thing to do, to drop a super chat to support another channel or promote another channel. But we absolutely honor those. They've happened a million times over here. So forgive me if I am missing anybody in the chat, and thank the dear Lord for our moderators. I say it at least to myself every day. I try not to forget to thank them after every stream. I promise you my heart drops every time I realize that I forgot to thank them, because we have to remember that our moderators usually take extra care. They do much more than ever asked. At least that's in my own experience on every channel that I've run or touched. But here in Tuber Chat, of course, we all know that they care over and above anything I could describe when it comes to everybody's YouTube journey. I'd like to say that I can speak for all of us when I say we all just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. But they can help with that as well. So, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I will keep moving as quickly as I can. Bice Family Tree, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then High Plains Camper. So they gifted a membership, and thank you for that. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. So we got their channel on the screen right away. This is a bit of a story because Kristen literally said to me earlier today, Kristen Walton, many of you know that her and I are together in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. So she's the one who gets to hear about YouTube for 16 hours a day. Before the streams, after the streams, in the middle of Tuesday afternoon, all the time she gets to hear about this. But she has her own channel. She's doing her own thing as well. But she came to me and she said, because she connected with High Plains Camper a week or two ago, probably a couple weeks ago, maybe even 3, I forget how long. She said, you got to see, she asked me, she says, have you seen his latest video? I said, no, I haven't, and I don't think so. And she said, you really should see it because there's something special in there. And she kind of described what I was getting myself into by watching it, so I did. I watched this. And I have to say, I said it in the comments, but I have to say, High Plains Camper, you handled that very well. And I'd recommend anybody see this because It is a confrontation. High Plains Camper, I'll spoil it for everybody, was confronted by somebody in a very hostile way. And I think a lot of people will agree. I saw a few of the comments there. People will agree you held it together a lot better than I might have. So that's great. And High Plains Camper, I hope incidents like that are few and far between. But what I think I enjoyed the most about the whole video was the fact, I believe you even said, your exact words or something along the lines of, I'll be, see you on the next video. Like, I'll be right back at it. And that's great to know, because there are lots of things that can deter us. I mean, YouTube has its dark side. Life has its dark side. There's a lot of negativity out there. I'm that much more pleased for heartwarming moments where people are sharing positivity. Spiritual information or inspiration comes along with that. And then PK Adventure Travels also gifting a membership. Thank you for that. I'm going to have your channel up right after Van Lot and Consume the Goodness and one more channel. And Brian from Have Fun in Nature is here. Actually, Have Fun in Nature, I did put you on the wheel as well. Resident Rev Sekutioner, thank you so much. I'm going to put your channel up right after PK Adventure Travels. And for anybody fairly new or brand new, I really do get moving a little bit faster. It takes a few minutes when we get started. I have too much to say. We've been off for 6 days now. We're usually here every 3 days. But it gets faster as the stream goes on. And like I said, we still got well over 2.5 hours. I'll get to as many channels as I can. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I just want to talk about this creator's content for a second before I move on. Now, High Plains Camper is going to take us solo truck camping more than anything else. They show us their setup. They show us their tips and tricks. They got fires going in just about every live stream. I've caught them for many of those. And then they've done a bit of taste testing, different craft beers and different popular beers, as a matter of fact, is what I've caught from them. They got shorts on the channel as well, 7400, 7500, which is great to see. And I happen to know, just from following this creator all this time now, can't believe how far behind I am in the live streams. I thought I just caught you, but it says already a month ago. This creator will fit in these solo camping trips in between family events and things like that, which is really cool to know. So they're going over and above to bring us content. They're monetized, working on 2,700 subscribers. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, of course. So hopefully everybody will enjoy the solo camping trips that High Plains Camper is going to take us on. But when you get into the live stream, it's pretty much like any other channel. The chat starts to bring in some Q&A and kind of drives a lot of the conversation. And then High Plains Camper does a great job of keeping up too. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, Eerie Frog's been a great supporter over the years, and not just here, like to other people. Often when I talk the way I do about the support that I see in others, it's not from this channel. It's not from streams and what people do for me. I appreciate that as well, and I will mention it. But really what I talk about is the idea that I see people supporting others. Eerie Frog's been on as many panels as anybody else that I've ever seen. So they're out there supporting people all the time and have been for years. Mom of 3 boys is now a longtime friend as well. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. One Man in Japan. So this is a channel that was mentioned to us by Consume the Goodness. She dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel. So this creator I'm not familiar with right now, but what I am going to do is take one of their videos and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they will connect with us as well and put our notification bell on so they'll catch our live streams in the future. We are always here every 3 days or so, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So I miss quite a bit that goes on in the chat as well. So if anybody needs me to see something specific, just please mention my name, or like Tuber Chat @mention, or 3 thumbs up helps me see it a little bit easier. And I will appreciate that. What we are looking at right now is Consume the Goodness. This is Kendra. You've actually probably recognized her, many people here, from other channels because she's collaborating with others all the time. This creator brings us a mix of healthy lifestyle, faith-based motivation, skits, chats, keto carnivore meal ideas, and at-home workouts, which is one of the most interesting things she does on the channel. I'm just going to grab her latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That's a special playlist I use. Got a fun name, but it's just to help keep or get caught up with creators. Playlist could be a great tool for that. And thank you for the comment, PK Adventure Travels. I did notice it in the chat. I'll talk about it when I get your channel up on the screen today, and I'll show the playlist that I've been running, and I'll talk about how I did that with Claude Code again. Not something, unfortunately, that can be publicly available that everybody can use, but I'm still playing around with it and looking at it. When we look at what Kendra's doing on her channel, I just want to see if I can find one of these home workouts to show you. Sometimes I roll over these and you're able to see what she's doing. But typically what she's got going on here is a workout that can be done 3 different ways. So she will be walking on a treadmill. She'll also walk in place. She'll also do the exercise sitting down. And this is great for, you know, a variety of viewers. Anybody that wanted to exercise along doesn't have to feel restricted by the format, if that makes any sense. So that's just one aspect of what she's doing here, but we went over a bit of a description there. You see some of the different things she's doing. An incredibly supportive creator. She's somebody else I run into just about every day, supporting other people in Premiere and live stream chats. She's got shorts on the channel as well, and some of these have now started to get to 127, 188,000 maybe. And then when we look at what she's doing here, I did watch this one short with the pizza idea. I love pizza as much as anybody else, but this gives us a really interesting take on a possibly healthier idea when it comes to pizza. And then live streams on the channel as well. So this creator's live frequently. As you can see, I think she's got it scheduled out at about once a week, but she collaborates with other people. She's on other people's channels all the time. Lucy Warren's World, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then thank you, Consume the Goodness, for the super chat again. I'm sure your friend will appreciate the promotion of the channel, and I certainly appreciate the support here. So Van Lot is coming up next, but we're going to take a break. One of the reasons I started doing this about a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever it was, with the breaks every little while, is just to literally be able to save my voice a little bit, keep the streams going for 3 hours, and give everybody a chance to do the things we need to do when we can chill for a few minutes there. And then Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. That creator's doing something really interesting on their channel. I noticed that they're really trying to help people with watch hours. They make like community posts that list some creators that are getting close to the 3,000, let's just say, so that a few people can give them an extra push. That's becoming more popular. So I wonder if that might be a kind of trend-setting idea from Fairbrick Studio, because I noticed it from them first, and now I'm starting to notice it from other people. But there's 144 million channels on YouTube, so who knows, right? But just great to see somebody supporting so much, and Fairbrick Studio has been with us for years now. The Feral Grandma is gifting a handful of memberships. We'll get their channel up on the screen after Resident Revsecutioner. Like I said, we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. We will get around to spinning the wheel again, and it becomes more and more so as the stream goes on. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 2.5 hours. Right now, let's go for 3 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. These are videos on the Tuber Chat channel now. There's 6 episodes in total. These are friends who've been with us for years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion of it.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
Contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, what thumbnail we doing? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people probably don't know it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. notice that I copied and pasted off of Google there just to clarify. In Canada, we have a holiday tomorrow, so you'll find from a lot of your favorite Canadian creators that they'll all be likely off work tomorrow, most anyway. And it's always 1 week before our friends in the United States celebrate Memorial Day. So hopefully everybody in the States will enjoy their long weekend next week. Also, Canadian Family Life has a special celebration tonight, right after Tuber Chat, and Kristen Welton will drop a premiere quickly after we finish our stream, and then we'll raid right into Canadian Family Life to celebrate with them. And that's about 2.5 hours from now. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know that the Feral Grandma came through and gifted a handful of memberships. Again, she's done that time and time again. I certainly do appreciate it. Of course, I know all the recipients today are going to be happy about having these gifted memberships. But on the screen right now, Van Lot also slipped in a super chat, and I really do appreciate that. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. And during every live stream here, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged. So everybody has a chance to be on the wheel and the screen, and we always get to at least a few channels in every single stream, with the exception only of, I think, 2. I think I missed it the other day. It was kind of overwhelming after our 6-year anniversary, and then I think once over the years, I'm sure I've made plenty more mistakes than that. I make as many as anybody, but luckily our beloved and dedicated moderators look after a lot of that, for which I will be eternally grateful. Van Lot up on the screen right now. I mentioned earlier this creator's doing a couple of different things. They do some remarkable woodworking, and that's their latest video. I'm actually going to take your news video, though, because it's a little bit longer, quite a bit longer, but you know what I mean. So I'll take the longer of the 2 videos. I'll put that in my catch-up list so I can somewhat keep caught up. But this creator's dropping content constantly. They're doing videos almost every day. They're doing live streams multiple times per day. And they've got some shorts on the channel, 1800, 2100, 2500, for instance. They've got live streams here. It's a bit of a mix. Once in a while, they're in the shop, right? So I finally caught them in the shop for this live stream yesterday. But a lot of the time, they're bringing us spiritual inspiration. They've got one of those coming up in a couple of hours here. And then it looks like they do some trivia on the channel. I don't think I've caught them for a trivia live stream yet. I've caught them for a few different live streams. Hopefully everybody will connect with Van Lot. This creator, obviously, like I said, is going to bring us spiritual inspiration, but they are an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us for a few months now, but they came rolling in right away with over-the-top generosity, and I'm grateful for that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Van Lot, push them towards the 600. We know that they're thinking about. Thank you for that super chat again. And then we're going to look at PK Adventure Travels, and I got a special story about this channel also. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I'm just going to show you something on the Tuber Chat channel for a second. It's unlisted, so you won't be able to see this. It doesn't matter. It's just for me to display for everybody here. But PK Adventure Travels, Ryan and Melinda are the hosts of this channel, but Ryan's got a separate channel, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But what I'm doing is I just ran a playlist for him because it's dangerously close to monetization. It will literally be like any moment now. I've done this for many creators lately. I've got Claude Code. I'm working with AI every single day to try to learn, to try to stay on top of it, and many of them are similar, right? Lots of people like Gemini, lots of people like ChatGPT. I'm sure there's a lot of people like Grok and the other ones, but Claude is where I'm at right now. And Claude Code is something different because it's able to run on your computer. You're able to do things with it that are a little bit advanced as opposed to a simple chat back and forth conversation. But what it's allowed me to do is dig into the YouTube API and grab information, and what it does is it makes a playlist for me of any channel that I want and puts the longest 99 videos into that playlist. The reason why 99 is because I've found over all these years, every time I try to run a playlist or run a channel, as soon as I get to 100 videos, it starts to want to choke and stop. And so I'm dancing back and forth between all kinds of playlists. This way, I can just get the maximum amount of time run in the first 99 videos, even if it takes a few days. But you see what I'm talking about, and it automatically lists these in order and then puts a nice little description on there talking about how long it's going to take to run the playlist. So a neat little trick. Anybody could do that if you're somebody who's like enthralled with AI the way I am. I use Claude Code, like I said, for that. But I'm trying to consider how I can make that something that can be available publicly to everybody. But we'll have to see, because it's going to require everybody to log in the way you would with TubeBuddy or something else. So we'll see. But neat trick and helps with watch hours. PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Melinda. Like I said, I was right away taken away with their channel when they first started coming into the Superchat family in what is probably not quite 2 years ago, but probably getting close by now. I've lost track of how long it's been. But these creators bring us travel in a few different aspects from the perspective of travel agents. So they do some RV camping, but a lot of time they're on cruise ships and they're giving us ship tours, room tours. They're talking about excursions and amenities, and destinations and everything in between. Sometimes news as well. I didn't realize this was your video. I saw this recommended. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list right now. But did I see archery on a cruise ship? Archery is like one of the most fun activities I had ever done. I went to, it was just coincidence, right place, right time. I was a Boy Scout when I was very young, and the World Jamboree came to Mississauga, I believe. It came to Southern Ontario. Right at the right time, I was able to go. And archery was one of the activities, and I thought that was really cool. So I recognize it when I see it. But to think about how that could be done on a cruise ship, I have no idea. I'll have to watch the video to see. JGP Jr., good to see you here. Ace Flaw 1, that's Andy. He's been with me for close to 7 years now, if you can believe that, on YouTube. I'm not kidding. Along with Jeremy D-Day and a few other creators. Actually, Elevate with Vern, my YouTube BFF, her birthday is coming up on Tuesday. And she was hoping to make it to Niagara Falls again, but it doesn't look like she's going to right now. An eagle? I don't know if I'm an eagle. I'm a floating head apparently right now, but I don't know whether I'm an eagle or not. I'll tell you this though, I love the United States as much as any other Canadian could. My grandparents were snowbirds, and Kristen and I talk about it occasionally. Maybe someday, a decade from now, we'll start to motion towards that idea. But I always love my time in the States. I can't wait to get across the border again. Although, we are getting an Olive Garden, apparently. If it hasn't already opened, it should be soon. So there's really no need to leave the country anymore for any reason. But we might do it anyway. And PK Adventure Travels on the screen has got shorts. They bring us more travel and all the different aspects I was mentioning. They have gotten into 12,000 views on a couple of these, 29,000 on another, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they're live every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern as a minimum together. That's Ryan and Mel. But if you follow enough people on in the Tuber Chat audience long enough, or in the cruising community as well, you're going to find Ryan on all kinds of different live streams. I think he's on every day with the Go Live Together crew. Eddie Lugo Studios and a few other creators get together pretty much every morning. And you'll see lots of Ryan that way. What you might find interesting, as much as I've always talked about these creators when it comes to travel, Ryan's got another channel here called Ryan Parker Studios. This is the one for which I'm running the playlist right now. Is going to be monetized any day, probably by the next time we stream. 3 days from now, he'll be monetized. Let's hope. But this creator actually does a ton of cooking videos Like, they have a passion for cooking, like, rarely seen, to be honest with you. And I have always said about the Tuber Chat family and, let's say, creators with growing channels in the beginnings of their YouTube journey, that I really like a lot of the cooking videos, because we see what people are really making in their homes, right? Without the way that TV would show us, unlimited pantries, unlimited budgets for equipment and stuff like this. So I really like to see that kind of thing. We got plenty of creators that bring that, but that's one thing that Ryan Parker Studios is doing here. Otherwise, chasing watch hours, or otherwise bringing us some more travel shorts on the channel. He's gotten into a couple of thousand views on a couple of them, 3,700 on another. More cooking videos here more than anything else. And then again, chasing watch hours with some live streams over here, and on pretty much every day, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then otherwise, like I said, he's collaborating with people all the time. So, hopefully everybody will connect with Ryan Parker Studios and PK Adventure Travels. Thank you again for a gifted membership. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I know I keep saying it, but it really is absolutely unnecessary, even though very much appreciated. And they've done that a million times before. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, I forgot the ranks. Yeah, I forgot about that, Covaction. I can't remember for the life of me how far I got. I actually got kicked out and had to, like, beg them to let me back in just for, like, behavior. I have a really short attention span, like, all my life. So, trying to concentrate on things I didn't like was a struggle. I did well with tying knots. The only one I remember is the reef knot, the one that doesn't actually tie anything. But strong either way, and our troop was really good at competition camps. We would destroy everybody when it came to skills, but trying to get us to concentrate and do anything for any length of time was difficult. We could light fires like nobody could. A High Plains camper would like that, actually. And then Covaction Travel is coming to Niagara on the Lake again in July. So maybe what we can do is plan a little bit better, if possible. We'll see, but we'll plan a little bit better, and then maybe we can get plan a specific time and place for a meal and get a few creators together, because I know that we will have a few people who will like to get together. Jason's always up for that kind of thing. Kristen and I love the idea of meeting up with people, and I got a few other people in mind that would probably be happy to come down to Niagara to visit. So let's look at Resident Revsecutioner. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Healthy Kitchen Wizard might be a channel I'm not so familiar with, but then again, it might just be because the handles have tripped me up for a while. Sometimes people have names that are a little bit off from the handle or completely different, and then it takes me a while to figure that out. Oh, that must be it. Just Jason Keto's pointing out we might not have Eagle Scouts here. Yeah, I forget. I'm older than most people. I like to think I'm older than most people think I am, but I have forgotten a lot. I remember highlights of things now as opposed to actual memories more than anything else. Resident Revsecutioner is up on the screen right now. They dropped a super chat as well, and we always put membership gifters and super chatters onto the screen right away. The Feral Grandma's coming up in a moment for the same thing. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. And Resident Revsecutioner is a channel I'm just getting to know. They've just been with us a few times so far, if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like they're bringing us quite a few different things. Custom fabrication of real-world builds when it comes to car and motorcycle projects, camper renovations and travel prep, controlled demolition and rebuilds, and some shop life as well, which is great to know. So I'm going to grab a different video I think I'm just going to grab your camper. It looks like a camper renovation video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the content or the channels over weeks and months by watching videos and hanging out in live streams and premieres and things like that. I get to know the content a little bit better, and then anybody can reach out anytime. I'm always happy to get to know creators. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. And then shorts on this channel bring us 1,900, 3,400 views, 10,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they did one a week ago. We'll see if they're going to bring these back again, and we got notification bells on for every single channel, and they're working on 800 subscribers, which is great to know. So hopefully today we can push them a little bit farther. And they're doggy children, they say, as well. Did I miss anything on the channel that might have been there? I think I see one there. And then let me look at the oldest videos. Here we go. Yeah, a couple of furry friends to be shared. I know a lot of people will be happy to see that. So the Feral Grandma is coming up right now. Thank you again for the super chat, Resident Revsecutioner. The Feral Grandma gifted a handful of memberships. She's done that time and time and time again. So many times I lost count. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I've referred to the Feral Grandma as the Grill Master after I saw this video here. And when it comes to myself personally with a barbecue, everybody's getting everything well done. That's the way it comes, and there's no arguing. Anybody's free to take over the barbecue. I have no feeling about it whatsoever, but I am not talented. I can cook to save my life, but not much more than that. So when I see somebody that can do things a little bit more with tact, with strategy, then I'm always impressed. So the Feral Grandma has the nickname now as the Grill Master. This creator is going to bring us comparisons of a few different things when we get into the kitchen, but a chance to get to know her as well, and a lot of videos, some outdoor footage to go along with that. And then this creator's gotten into shorts that have gotten into 600 views, almost 700, almost 1,000 on this one, but well over 1,000 on another one. And there's that grill again. So it looks like she's grilling regularly. Lottery ticket scratching, it looks like, as well. More cooking videos, and like I said, a chance to get to know her. And this creator's got live streams. She was on yesterday. She seems to be live at least a couple of times a week, so plenty of opportunity to catch her and get to know this creator. She's working on 300 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And obviously the Feral Grandma is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you for the handful of gifted memberships again. She's done that a dozen times, if not 100 by now. And I certainly do appreciate it. I know our recipients will be happy to have those gifted memberships as well. And then New Times, New Beginnings has been here for a long time already. The Real Martin Mark Miller is in the house. And I will spin the wheel. We'll get to our next channel. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So I know a lot of creators here are swapping playlists a lot of the time. We've been talking about it for years. It's one of the things that we know helps, and it's not just the watch hours. That's not the reason why I push it. Of course it helps our watch hours, but it's the friendships that are made or the friendships that can be started by trading favors with other creators. It's just a simple trick, and I understood 6 years ago when we started all of this that friendships would be the driver. Friendships are what causes everybody to get their first, let's say, 100 videos in 24 hours on their views on their videos, if that makes any sense. When you have dozens of true friends that are willing to support you, willing to help you, they start to favor you, you'll find yourself favoring them as well, especially after trading favors. But swapping playlists can still be a great help to channels that are already monetized. When somebody runs a playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end. When you think about that, that can bump up your averages on the whole channel when we think about retention. So a great benefit, not to mention, of course, the friendships that can be started. So this is why I push it so hard and encourage it between people. The best idea, I believe all of our moderators still do it as well, but the best idea for me running channels, because I can run so much for people, is once anybody gets to 2,000 watch hours, that's about the time when you should be reaching out to me if you feel like it, because I'm always happy to help. I'll run as many playlists for as many channels as possible, but I do it all the time. And because I am able to use multiple devices, leave the computer running all the time, you're literally able to get 24 hours a day of watch time from me when we're doing it. And then I, have a couple of things people can do if they want to reciprocate. But I do it all the time. So that's just a note for anybody here that's thinking about monetization. If you've got 1,000 hours, it's better to wait for me until you have about 2,000, because you'll have so many videos out there that then I can really become a heavy hitter for you. If I run your playlist now, when you're, before 1,000 watch hours, they might not even count by the time you get to the 3,000, depending on how long it goes. And the idea is I could have done so much more. But that's an idea and an invitation for anybody that's chasing watch hours. By all means, you can reach out. And like I said, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. John Palazzo is here. I've got them on the wheel. And I see that High Plains Camper still here. Thank you very much. Susan High Country, Australia. Thank you for being here also. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that a million times. But what we're going to do right now is talk about Blonde Traveling Gypsy. And this creator will be with us for a little while longer, so thank you for that. And then, yeah, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I only recently started saying that. And there you go. So Handicapped Traveler, perfect candidate. Again, the whole reason why I say that is because I can run so much for anybody. Now with this new trick where I'm running your longest 99 videos, whether they're live stream replays or not, you can imagine how much of a help that is, as opposed to just picking a playlist. That's all helpful as well, but I just want to make sure I can do as much as possible for everybody, right? And then Blonde Traveling Gypsy up here. This creator came in again, and this creator is, I believe, live streaming pretty frequently, right? Yeah, I just caught you live streaming yesterday. They live streamed today. They're on frequently and almost daily, by the look of it, as a matter of fact. And when we think about that, that's a lot of opportunity to grow a channel quickly. One of the creators that was in the chat earlier, she might still be here, is CraftyWitch232. Her birthday was yesterday. She streams almost every day, vertical live streams, and her channel shows what consistency and those vertical live streams can do. There she is right there. There's the Stock Explorer as well from Florida. Neighbors, I guess, with Jem Palazzo, our friends in Florida. And then the Stock Explorer is a beloved and dedicated moderator here, so I've got them on the wheel right away. Blonde Traveling Gypsy also brings us some shorts on the channel, and they're working on 800 subscribers right now. They've gotten into 3,800, 5,500, 7,700 views on some of these shorts, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, like I just talked about. They got videos, and they seem to be posting these fairly frequently as well. Not quite daily, but several times a week. So I'm going to grab the longer of the latest two, every minute matters when we're talking about watch hours, right? So I'll grab the latest, second latest one. I'll put that in that catch-up playlist I keep talking about. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Blind Travel and Gypsy, help push them towards the 800 subscribers we know they're thinking about. They have been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since being in the Tuber Chat community for several months now. And I think it's time for me to spin the wheel. So what we'll do is we'll go for a break. We'll take another 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play you another clip from one of those interviews. There's 6 episodes now, and these are very informative because the creators I talked to mention different things than I might have, and they don't all say the same thing about all the different subjects that we talk about as well. So extremely informative. And then I must have missed something there. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Thank goodness, because the wheel did not work. I forgot to clean up the wheel earlier. So Handicap Traveler will come up. Right before that, we're going to see Susan High Country, Australia. And we'll do that after this clip in 3.5 more minutes after that. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
see Tim Mitchell's just about to come in. I finally watched that video from Chef CV that talks about the chicken parmesan. It's one of my favorite things to make, but I really don't go quite as far as I should with it. But it's great to see another example of a classic done, and Chef Civi's in the kitchen all the time. Tim Mitchell produces the videos and live streams over there. I'll talk about them soon enough. So I've got them on the wheel as well because they happen to be a member. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. It's also time for me to add a name to our wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And yeah, thank you, Debbie, the Debbieist. The Debbie Way Gaming, thank you. I knew I didn't have it on. Sometimes what I do lately is if I'm still copying, pasting stuff in the background, I keep the screen off just for another second while I'm coming back. But can't tell you how many times I forget to unmute the mic or make mistakes, and I have been known to leave the wrong screen on for who knows how long as well. So I always appreciate if somebody thinks I'm making a mistake, the help we give each other. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I did clean up the wheel quite a bit, and I noticed something in the last little while. Scratch and Pete PA is here for every single stream. For that, I'm going to be eternally grateful. I certainly don't expect it, but for whatever reason, the universe has decided that we should be so lucky as to have an overwhelming amount of support from Scratch and PPA. I noticed that the wheel doesn't cooperate, though. He's been towards the end of the stream time and time again lately. So usually what I do is I put Scratch and PPA at the top. I call it the pole position, right? And occasionally I remove names from the wheel, but I always put members and moderators right back on as soon as I see them in the chat again. So I did clean it up a little bit, but I think I'm going to just leave it in alphabetical order, and we'll let the universe decide when Scratch and PPA's channel is going to come up. And then Jody Genealogy is in the house. Sarah Prestwood has always got interesting news for us. Great to know you're helping out. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody again in the chat. So, High Country Homestead. This channel actually is up on the screen right now because Handicapped Traveler dropped a super chat for them. And actually, it won't be too long from now that Handicapped Traveler will have a stream coming up, but I'll talk about that when I get their channel going. High Country Homestead is Susan High Country, Australia, working on 1,700 subscribers. I'm going to grab another video here. We've got a lot of homesteading friends. And what I've noticed about the creators behind these channels is they seem to have a similar sense of generosity, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz is also bringing us interesting news very often and gets involved in a lot of events like what he's describing in the chat. So thank you for that. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of mine now on YouTube for almost 7 years, if you can imagine that. High Country Homestead, I'm looking forward to watching another video. Lots of our homesteading friends bring us a combination of indoor and outdoor content, usually bringing us into the kitchen and then taking us out for some gardening and things like that. Interesting, they've got a prepping library here full of information I see in one of your videos. I got shorts on the channel to look at as well with 6,200, 8,300 views, and then live streams over here as well. So they've got a live stream coming up actually tomorrow. So we'll be looking forward to that. 7:30, should be able to catch that. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, in Niagara Falls, Canada, but I've got my notification on. You'll notice that over the course of these streams, I'm always setting notifications for every premiere and every live stream, even though I have the notification bell on for the channel. That's to give me the best opportunity possible to catch everything everybody's doing. We can't catch everything, but at least we have a chance, right? And those reminders can help. So, High Country Homestead, hopefully everybody will connect with. Great to see that they've had impact on Handicapped Traveler, dropping a super chat so that we would look at that channel. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. I'm sure Susan High Country Australia will be happy to have had that promotion. And Handicapped Traveler, Dan, is a long time friend. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is also a friend for many years, and that is somebody who, like, if I was ever doing awards on this channel, I would say most improved creator. Not that they needed improvement, but if you have a look at some of the early live streams from Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network and have a look at what they've got put together today, then you would say, wow, this creator has this is the definition of a dynamic creator. They bring us fantasy football. It's, I believe, still a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. I missed you today. I know they were on today. I think I saw it. I'm not sure if it was when I went grocery shopping this morning, and I might have caught it as a recommendation after I got in. I can't remember for the life of me exactly, but they stream frequently as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Handicap Traveler I mentioned. So this channel has gone through some major change over the last year, but Dan is the creator behind the channel, bringing us travel from a certain perspective, hence the name of the channel, of course. Now Dan does a lot of cooking videos as well in between the travel. They could be taking us distant places. They could be bringing us around a little more locally. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay caught up with the channel, or at least as much as I can. They got shorts on the channel as well, and they share all 4 seasons, so they got some of that winter weather there as well. 1,400, 2,700, 2,800 views, and then live streams on the channel. I mentioned the idea that they'd have one coming up, so they do a live stream on the last Friday of every month. Actually, with perfect consistency for as long as I can remember, ever since I've been talking about these. It's been at least a year, right, that they've been doing these once a month. So we'll look forward to that in about a week and a half from now, almost 2 weeks from now, right? But I've got my notification on already, and Dan does something with these live streams that I really like. I talk about this all the time, but posting premieres or live streams as far in advance as anybody can stand is my recommendation. I am known to post premieres or live streams sometimes months in advance, not just weeks. And the reason why I talk about this is because even though a lot of people think about a lot of things in life monthly, we pay our bills monthly, rent is due, mortgages are due, things like that every month, but we live our lives weekly. People have their weekly routine. We do the same thing on the weekend, we do the same thing Tuesday afternoon, we do the same thing Thursday night, for instance, right? So if you have something that you can post over a week in advance, it gives every single person on YouTube that could possibly be recommended your content a chance to see what you've got coming up, because some people will rearrange their schedule and their lives, or at least their day, by a few hours to make sure they catch something important that you've got, right? In the case of, like I said this morning, grocery shopping, I would make sure that I did my grocery shopping this morning so that I could be in time for some of the Sunday afternoon content before Tuber Chat started, let's just say. People will do the same thing. Handicap Traveler, they might say like, oh, they're on at 6 o'clock. We're going to eat dinner a little bit early because I want to see Dan's live stream, or push dinner a little bit later if you're in a different time zone. People will do remarkable things for us just to make sure that they're supporting us as much as we can. And unfortunately, we're probably never going to even see 99% of the things that people do for us behind the scenes. We get to see the stuff that's right in our faces, the comments, the participation in live chats and things like that. But there's much more that people can do that can get missed. And then Susan High Country, Australia. Even if you do 3 lives a week, should you be doing months ahead in advance? So in that case, I would say that it's less important, and this is just a personal preference. Even though I think I'm right, and that would be best for everyone, it doesn't necessarily mean that I am. It's not a rule that's written anywhere. I didn't get that from Sean Cannell or Sonny Lenarduzzi or Roberto Blake or anybody else. That's just something that I think that I've always done on every channel that I've run or touched. I insist it helps, but there's really also no way to prove it. Many creators do. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph was here at the beginning of the stream. She sometimes posts a month of content in advance. Michael's Adventures is known to post a month to 2 months worth of content in advance. How much more helpful that is, I would be unsure. But if you can get comfortably, I would even say 2 weeks would be enough. But if you already have the content done, if you already know you're going to do it, by all means, put out as much as you want. You can always set the stuff up and leave it unlisted as well, and then just post publicly when you're ready. I do that with Superchat. Sometimes I have the next almost 8 streams in the background, and I post the next 4, 5, or 6, depending on how sure I can be about not moving that calendar, right? I try not to move things unless I absolutely have to. So really more matter of preference, and thank you for the question. But yeah, I would, why not put, if you're doing 3 a week, why not put the next 3 or 4 if you feel like it? But it's just something you can try. If you see any kind of an increase, then I'd keep it up. If not, it may not matter as much as I think. Again, I can't tell the good ideas from the bad ideas. I just have a million of these ideas, and they're usually not mine. They're either, a fusion of other things I've seen, things I've learned, or a bit of personal experience. And then the best we can do is try as much as possible, and then try to pick off the things that we think have helped. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Pardon me, the things that have helped, I think I said. Oh, and then, yeah, the Numismaniac, that's a long time supporter here, but a fellow Canadian. They're in Edmonton, Alberta. So it's always too bad when we have to take time off for different reasons. Anybody would understand, especially if it's medical or something like that. And I talk in our interview series about the idea that taking a break can be okay. We always get the momentum back after we restart, but it can be a challenge. We might feel like either a little bit rusty or something like that. But I was on Numismaniac's live stream yesterday, and they were doing just fine. I noticed right before that they had posted some content as well. It came up recommended for me, I believe. And then, yeah, so Numismaniac, the only thing I would recommend, and it really goes without saying, is a matter of nobody needs to push too hard. There's no right answer. Guys like me are going to sit here and say, you got to be posting once a week or whatever, but it's an unwritten rule. It's just something that we strive towards or aspire to attain, let's just say, right? But whatever we can do is the best. I am so far behind in posting videos on my personal channel that there's, but I'm not worried about it, because even though I've been pretty much off for I haven't posted a video in long over a year, but I know that when I post 4 more videos, I'll be right back where I was when I stopped posting. So, because Tuber Chat takes the front burner for me, right? Everything else is a side idea, if that makes any sense. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes, the Numismaniac dropped a super chat. Forgive me, I skipped over that channel, but they should be up next. They're going to try very hard to get 2 videos and 1 live feed every week, and that's great. Anywhere between here and there is fantastic, to be honest with you. That's absolutely the truth. What I have said from the beginning, and it's just personal observation, is that if we can get to a place where we're posting at least one piece of content a week, and really what I'm talking about is, let's say, a live stream or a traditional video, right? Shorts are a little bit of a different animal. I think we all understand that. But if you can post either a live stream a week or especially at least one video a week, that's enough to make a channel grow itself. And then all the things we're doing here just speed up the process. We just make it faster. But one video a week is is enough. Yes, if you get one video a week, you're lucky. Cove Action, I can't tell you about the 7 or 8 videos that I've already got filmed that I just haven't edited. And I promise you, I find time to procrastinate, but I don't find time to get those up for no reason at all. Even when I have help, Kristen tries to motivate me, tries to remind me, tries to get me to do, you know, the things she knows I need to do, and I've got a million excuses, I promise you. But once we can get up to the momentum that we're aiming for, then we're just fine, you know, and possibly a year from now, not even going to remember what it was like struggling to get back there. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm not sure, but oh, and that's great, Numismaniac. Any help from anybody is always welcome. You know, we have to always be careful where we're taking information from, and this really doesn't have to do with what the Numismaniac is saying. But, you know, I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel, right? Or anybody, you know, that's doing this kind of thing. There's a lot of, dare I say, the blind leading the blind out there, where we've got, you know, people in the beginnings of their YouTube journey telling everybody else exactly how to do everything when they haven't accomplished what they're talking about just yet, myself included. I haven't built a channel to 100,000 subscribers yet. And I have, you know, I try to be transparent about the things that I do. The best we can do is take information from all the different places we get it from, take it all with a grain of salt, and then just put it together, make our own decisions, read between the lines, pick off the things that we hear consistently, and then try different things and see what works and what doesn't work. Because I promise you, if I ask everybody here right now to list me your first 5 videos in order, nobody can do it. You can't do it because you don't remember, right? You have to go back and look. Someday, after, let's say, a couple of years, you're going to look back and you'll be like, oh, I forgot I even did that video. I forgot I made a video about that thing, right? I promise you, it happens to just about everybody, it seems. Everybody I cross paths with. So, yeah, Numismaniac Canada. The very best idea that I have when it comes to the idea of social or AI, the way everybody seems to be using it, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all these things, is to use it for inspiration, but not necessarily copy and paste. We see a lot of creators, myself included, I have done copy paste, and you've probably seen it, where you're like, oh yeah, this, you know, looks like ChatGPT wrote it last year, right? Because they improve over time. But if you can get, you know, you can speed things up. You can talk to ChatGPT the way you'd talk to anybody else with natural language. It just comes back with things faster, not necessarily better, but let's say faster than we would have. You go to ChatGPT and you say, look, I got a video here about the La Bamba trailer for our YouTube video, for a live stream. You talk to ChatGPT and say, give me 10 title ideas, and it will, faster than you could have come up with them. What I often do is ask for exactly that, and then I pick off the little pieces that I like from each one. I don't pick the title that I like, I pick parts of the titles and put them together. That kind of thing could be really helpful. But again, I don't want to tell anybody how they should or shouldn't use AI. I just show everybody what on earth I mean. Actually, why don't we do it right now? Why don't we do ChatGPT right this second? Let me see if I can get my thing out of here. What we're talking about is, let's talk about Chuck and Lori's video here. I need title ideas for a video I've made. I don't. You can have spelling mistakes. You don't even have to correct them. Which is a trailer for a live stream about a dance I've created for the song La Bamba. I'm not describing it right, but it's close enough. And then you see instantly, look, it comes right back. Here are some titles, and it's given us tons of them, and it's even describing whether they are fun, whether they're like event style, where they're something that might rank on YouTube. There's so many here, my dear goodness. But then when we look at them, we can take pieces. We can say, like, you know, there's actually quite a few decent ideas here. Sneak peek, and then we could say the La Bamba dance, like brand new dance for La Bamba. Like, you know, there's a million things we could do, but that's an idea. Or if you have to, you know, copying pasting isn't the worst thing. When I personally think about this, I also hope that everybody's using 3 thumbnails and titles whenever you can possibly afford the time, because it doesn't take that much more work to do 3 when you're already doing 1. And that goes for titles and thumbnails, especially if you're using some of the online stuff like Canva or any of the AIs. You know, ChatGPT's got even better, Nano Banana, and things like that. And yeah, Numismaniac, the best we can do is watch our own content, look at the analytics. We start to learn instinctively what's going to work for us. And then, yeah, that's great, Numismaniac. That's a great way to use ChatGPT or any other AI system as well. Covaction's dabbled with Copilot. I use AI every day. I pay for Claude. I was paying for ChatGPT for a year or 2, and now I'm paying for Claude and using it every day. OBS can be overkill for creators. It's not difficult. It's, you know, there's just a few different ways to learn. There's a million YouTube videos out there for people to say how to get started with Streamlabs or with, because I use Streamlabs desktop, same as OBS. But a lot of people just use StreamYard, or I've been going live on YouTube lately with my personal channel. When I do outdoor live streams, I've just been using the YouTube system, not even playing around with Prism or Streamlabs or any of that stuff. And Jen Palazzo, yeah, how are your hours? Forgive me if I didn't notice in the chat if you were mentioning it. Sherry Yurton, my quilting world, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Numismaniac, I think we all have to be having fun. If we're not enjoying creating the content, we won't enjoy it. It's probably why I haven't made videos in months, because I don't actually enjoy it. I like producing. I like the social media aspect of it. But for some reason, I got stuff right in front of me that I could film and edit and have out today. And I just, you know, procrastinate as much as everybody. Esmerose TV, that is a longtime dear friend from the UK. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, and OBS could use a decent laptop, let's just say. The only thing we can try, you know, we can always try stuff. You could do a couple of test streams, make sure your computer can handle it. I know not everybody has brand new computers and things like that. I'm lucky enough to have a fairly beefy computer to handle everything for now. At some point, you know, every bit of equipment has to be upgraded and things like that. And there you go. Yes, just Jason Keto. I always, my biggest thing in life is asking why all the time. The number one thing I've probably done to annoy a lot of the people in my life is because I always have to know why. You know how sometimes people say, like, don't worry about why, just do what I say, or just do it, you know, that's the way it is. Yeah, but I want to know why. And ChatGPT or any of those systems can help with that. And then Willow's Creations, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'll have to see what numismaniac is talking about there with the video that they just made. Covaction Travel, forgive me, I was supposed to put numismaniac up. They dropped a super chat. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I can't tell you the hundreds of mistakes I've made over the years that he's been able to help with. Yeah, Covaction, we never really know. Once in a while something pops up that can tell us. Like, my videos started doing better personally when I took the intros out of them. My videos, my live streams do better when I don't focus. Well, I never have focused on myself, but like, we have a choice when we're walking around with a camera. We can have it facing out or we can have it facing us. My videos do better when I focus only on content and my voice is all people need to connect with. Some creators might do better when they're featured in their videos, and I've seen creators who are literally obsessed and can't stand to have the camera off them for 2 seconds, but I believe a combination is probably the sweet spot for most people. Numismaniac, I understand what you mean. Yeah, I promise you, it's not as intimidating as it looks. For anybody here who's thinking about experimenting with OBS or Streamlabs or on the phone Prism and these other systems, you know, and there's tons of help, especially now we have this community. You put in the chat that you're using OBS and you need some help, and my guess is 3 different people are going to reach out to you and say, what can I help you with? Because they have experience, they've been shown, and they're happy to, you know, help people learn as well. And then when we look at Covaction, so this is Chuck and Lori. They're in Syracuse. They bring us to interesting places all over the world, as a matter of fact. And they've been close to me a couple of times. Hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up maybe this summer in July. They really take their video filming and editing very seriously. They've let us know they use DaVinci Resolve. You know, there's other programs out there. I use Final Cut. Many people use Adobe Premiere. But DaVinci Resolve is, it could be the most popular of the 3, I'm unsure. These creators as well are thinking about different ideas for the audience, so they have done 2 different, but the same, if that makes any sense, series for Christmas on 2 different channels. I'll show you Lori's upcoming channel in another moment here. But they also bring us a variety of different types of shots. They got drones, they do vlogging, and they bring us a lot of action shots as well. Shorts on this channel, 12,000, 21,000 on a couple of them, and plenty of live streams as well, where Chuck and Lori will either be talking about the content that they have filmed and the process, or talking about tips and tricks that we can use when we're out trying to do the same thing, how they plan their videos, especially when they're traveling and things like that. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, just chasing keto. I think anybody can do fine, even being on camera after a while. Like, we just have to build the audiences up, right? But, you know, for me personally, I just think whatever is the, yeah, let the numbers tell me. And then Numismaniac has a question for everybody. Mac Movement is in the house. Good to see you here. I caught them for a live stream. I think was it yesterday or the day before? And then Numismaniac we're going to look at right now. They dropped a super chat. They've done that a million times before. Thank you for the extra generous support. I keep saying it. Absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated though. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So this is the Numismaniac right here. The host of the channel is the Skipper, and you will see them particularly in live streams. Like I said, I just caught one. It was 2 days ago, not yesterday. This creator's done plenty of them, though. There's the Skipper right there. And this creator is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, other collectibles, and precious metals. They've got quite a community, and they bring us videos fairly frequently. Look at this, actually. They've been posting quite a bit over the last week or so, or 2. it looks like, which is great to know. These came up recommended. I thought I watched one already, but I must be mistaken. So I've got the latest one now. That's set to in my catch-up list. But I'm going to take another one here. I'm going to run this one also, because longer. That'll give you a solid hour of watch time. Shorts on this channel. These have gotten into almost 800 views, almost 1,000 views. 1 over 1,700. And being in Edmonton, they actually have what I think is a longer winter than I have in Niagara Falls. But as a fellow Canadian, they can bring us some of that snow that not everybody gets to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So this creator's been known to host panels with guests. The conversation can go pretty much anywhere, but they always start talking about numismatics and other collectibles. And this creator's got community service at the forefront of their mind all the time. I'm going to show you a different channel here. Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada, is another channel. And this channel's active all year. They actually get involved in the idea of Christmas in July. And you'll recognize the star of the show here, of course. If you haven't already seen these videos ever, the Numismaniac's been with us for years now, but if you haven't had a chance to see one of these videos, I hope you will check this channel out and see what they're doing here, because this is an opportunity to get messages to and from Santa Claus, which is a wonderful idea. Obviously, they've gotten into 1,300 views on shorts on this channel, and they've done some live streaming over here as well, which is great to know. 431 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them towards the 500 they must be thinking about. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then, I know Face the Ace is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And then the Stock Explorer is coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I didn't realize the Numismaniac actually took over our stream boss position with that super chat, so thank you for that. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. Numismaniac's held that position many times before. The Stock Explorer up here right now is a beloved and dedicated moderator from Florida. This creator started with their channel talking about the stock market particularly, a little bit of crypto, lots of friendly conversation, but they've actually expanded the content over the years to a lot more variety, introducing a lot of, including product reviews actually, but they've done lottery ticket scratching. The latest series called Scratching with Strangers finds them scratching lottery tickets with people that they're meeting for the very first time. Nora gives us a great chance to get to know them. The creator brings us a lot of variety in shorts here, getting into 3,300, 5,000, and 18,000 views on one that still keeps getting views. We've watched that one grow. And then Jen Reeves, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then when we look at the Stock Explorer, we see that they've got live streams as well. Benny Boy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I caught them for a gaming live stream earlier today as well. They're a longtime friend. They've been with us for many years. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say it a million times. When we look at the Stock Explorer's live streams, these bring us a chance to get to know Nora. Lots of members-only content on the channel. This creator is getting involved in some fitness. They have friendly conversation and live stream panels. They do a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators, and sometimes they're talking stocks and crypto as well. When we look at this creator's post page, there's Lisa J. Stocks. Great to see this creator always pushing out content for other people. But also, if you dig through the members only content, I can give everybody a sneak peek here. You see some of the alpha, we call it, that the Stock Explorer shares, some of their options plays and things like that they might be considering. This creator as well has got a second channel, so we'll have a look at that in another moment here. And like I said, they're in Florida, so they're going to bring us Tropical Buzz, and this is where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. And Florida, of course, has an extended growing season, if we want to even call it that. They can literally grow things all the time, so we'll be looking forward to more content from Nora here. They're at over 300 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 400 on this channel that we know that they're thinking about. They have receipts for their haters. I say to everybody, if I don't say it often, but I do say sometimes, if you haven't got a hater by the time you got 1,000 subscribers, it's coming by the time you have 2,000. It's just a part of YouTube. And then luckily we have a community like this. So as soon as somebody says, hey, I got a troll, or somebody gave me a hard time yesterday, at least we have a bunch of people who can say, oh, don't worry about it. We've all seen it a million times before. It's just nonsense behavior. Just ignore it, right? I know it's hard, though. I know it's hard to do that sometimes, but that literally is the key to it. And then Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen right now. I know I mentioned the idea that I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well, but I don't answer the phone when, like, if somebody's trying to call while we're live streaming here, but I'm happy to talk either before or after. Crafty Witch 232 up on the screen. This creator actually celebrated her birthday yesterday. This is Andy. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yeah, Ben, no problem. I can't talk while I'm streaming, but yeah, Ben and I have talked in the background on Instagram before. And like I said, anybody can reach out anytime. Yeah, so Andy celebrated her birthday yesterday. I was lucky enough to catch a live stream. I'll show it to you in a second. But you'll notice from the videos here, this creator is doing a lot of crafty types of things. They actually mention they do all the things. They craft all the things. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, a lot of sewing. I've even caught this creator playing a video game on their channel once before. They've collaborated with others, and they bring tutorials to help other people understand how they make some of the things that they do. Look at this short video. What I noticed or came to learn from this creator after her being on in the Tuber Chat community for a few months is the fact that she sells a lot of what she makes. It's why she makes so much stuff so quickly, is because she's constantly going to, pardon me, markets or shows or events and things like that, where she can sell a lot of the things that you imagine would do well with a lot of the pop culture references here. You see the interesting things that she's making. It took me a while to understand what she's doing with a combination of 3D printing and crochet, but there's plenty more here, and the shorts show us that she's gotten now into 10,000 and 14,000 views on some of these. This is one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family, and I believe it's 100% organic, which is something that I mention frequently now, because there's other ways to grow, but there's other consequences that come for our channels by doing that. I'm always going to be a fan. You know, I can say literally always forever, right? I know it's a long time, but you know what I mean? That it's always going to be beneficial to grow 100% organically, because any other way of growing, while it might be faster, while it might attain other desired goals, it affects monetization, particularly a channel's CPM, if you can imagine. And I fear for a lot of channels that their CPM is kind of going through the floor, never to be recovered, because of some of the other ways to grow. So I try to be careful about what I say here, because there's legitimate ways to grow a channel faster other than organically, but you cannot ever come back to getting the benefit that comes along with a 100% organic channel. And so that's why I put so much focus on it, because Crafty Witch 232 has managed to get 5,500 subscribers in a matter of just a couple of years. Let's see when they started, as a matter of fact. So they, 2023. So they're not even 6 years at it. If I look at their videos, let's just see when their oldest video was. oldest video was 1 year ago, and let's check live streams because I just am curious for myself now. 1 year ago. So I've really only been at it for less than 2 years, right? We know that by the timestamps on the videos, and managed to build 5,500 subscribers, is faster than I've grown any channel as far as I can remember, but 100% organically. And I'll show you the reason why I think that this has happened on this channel is the live streams. So this creator is live almost every single day. They do vertical live streams, which really help most of the time. Sometimes they do a traditional live stream, and sometimes they do StreamYard panels. Most often they're creating, particularly crocheting. And they do this sometimes for hours. Some of their streams go for an hour. Some streams go for 5 hours. I think they've had one at 8 hours, if I remember right. And the consistency, and I know not everybody can stream every day, but the fact that this creator can and does is just launching her channel. You know what I mean? You see the view counts on some of this stuff, and it's kind of remarkable, right? So it just gives me the opportunity to take advantage of the situation and mention the idea that consistency can build this for channels, right? So Crafty Witch 232 is a great example of somebody who's grown organically, and I can't say it enough, one of the fastest growing channels. Kaiser Gaming YT, good to see you in the house. That's Chris's Clever Craft, a longtime friend. He's been with us about 5 years. There's Gloria's Platter. She's been with us about the same amount of time as Chris's Clever Craft, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Mary Catherine Loves Cats. And Delo Flow is coming up. Delo Flow show in another couple of minutes here. So we're going to take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes again. I'm going to play one more clip today from our interview series that I keep talking about. And these are videos on the Superchat channel now. This just gives us a chance to do the things we need to do to take a break for a few minutes. I'll rest my voice. We'll grab a drink and do the things we need, and come right back. Right before we do that, let's hear what Rob from Curmudgeon, Alaska has to say about how he got over 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel. It started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs, okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's good. We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes. Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home. Absolutely, yes. A lot of the comments on that video were about the train. Oh. You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Wow. So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now.
right, we're just about back. I saw Hala is here and Mike's Adventure Sparks. I got them both on the wheel. Thank you for coming in. And then, thank you, Kaiser Gaming YT. Yeah, I appreciate the super chat. I will show your channels just for a brief second then. But, yeah, absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. Like I said, Chris's Clever Craft has been a friend for many years and has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, dedicated supporter over all this time. But I'll just give him a quick run-through. And then Oki's Eden is still in the house right now. Oh, yes, I forgot. See, Debbie, thank you. This time I forgot to switch the screen. I started talking, and I actually forgot this time, much as I... she mentioned it in the last break, and I was doing that one intentionally, but this time I forgot. Okay, I'll skip them, Kaiser Gaming YT, but thank you. And again, that's Chris's Clever Craft, Kaiser Gaming YT. He does all kinds of live streaming and video gameplay with really popular titles. And then... oh, hype button, Van Lot. Oh, what a great idea for you to mention that right now. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another channel on the screen, and I think I can show everybody the hype feature. There was a glitch with my iPhone because I upgraded phones, and I didn't know this, but you have to go into the iPhone mirroring app on a Mac to tell it that you switched phones. Shouldn't have to, but you do have to. So it might work now. And then Tim Mitchell is gifting a handful of memberships. So thank you for that. We'll look at Tim Mitchell's channel right after my demonstration here for a second. It'll be quick and clunky, but it will show you exactly what's going on with that. And then... Ken Drago, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. D-Lo Flow Show is up here right now. This creator it's a channel I'm still getting to know, pardon me, but they let us know storyteller, rap music creator, sometimes exploring also. One of the latest things they did, this is the video I watched today, the Alien movie collection. If you could believe it, for all my life, I still haven't watched these movies. I've seen clips of them, but I haven't watched them all. And then I'm just going to grab the It. This I think I saw. When I was very young, I used to watch all of the horror movies. So if that's the original, then I might have seen this one. I had a lot of friends that were really into like horror and stuff like that. So we'd watch all the Freddy and Jason stuff. But Stephen King, all those things were monstrous when they would come out. I think Pet Sematary is the other one, if I'm not mistaken, right? So D-Lo Flow Show, I'll be looking forward to more. And this creator has been with us for a while now. They came in from Big Dude 1234, if I remember correctly. So always great to see people promoting others. Whenever that happens here, it just lets me know that it's likely happening in abundance out there on everybody's YouTube channels. The more we promote our each other's channels to other people, the more everybody's going to do well, especially when you find something you like, right? So, D-Lo Flow Show. Next, I'm going to show a channel, because I was waiting for this. I would wait for the wheel, but Van Lot was just talking about the hype feature. So I'm going to try to do it right now, and I'll show you exactly how it works. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Okay, so here we go, and I'll pop open YouTube, and you notice my phone's changed now to an iPhone 17e. What I'm going to look for is Scratch and Pete PA. And basically the way that hype works is you have 7 days to hype somebody's video. Like after it comes out, there's 7 days where hype will be available. So there it is right there. Now, I only watched Scratch and PA's video before Tuber Chat today by a couple of hours. So I'm rarely on a phone actually for YouTube. I'm almost always watching YouTube on a computer. But what the hype button does, I'll show you right now. So I click it right now and it's going to say, help your favorite creators get discovered when you hype. So what I can do is hype. You could do this 3 times per week right now. We believe they're going to add a paid option to this, but we're unsure. So now I've hyped this video, and what happens is there's a leaderboard, and this will show us all the different videos that have been hyped over what I'm assuming is the last 7 days, right? So top 100 videos that have been hyped recently, and then because you only have 7 days, and then I don't know why my hyped only has 1 video, probably because the only one I've hyped in the last 7 days. So let's do 2 more right now. Van Lot asked, so let's go to Van Lot. Here's the channel. We'll go to the videos. We'll take the latest one. And what I can do over here is go to hype. Now this can only be done on a phone. It can't be done on a computer. So that's why I had to do the iPhone mirroring. So look, a couple other people have hyped this video already. Actually, Van Lot's got quite a community. I catch them for live streams and their chat rolls pretty quick. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. It's Nikki D is also in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And we'll leave it at that for now. But I wanted to show everybody how that works. So that's the hype feature. And the more we hype somebody's video, the more of a chance they have to get into that leaderboard. The idea then is we don't know if YouTube's going to push the video anymore. I mean, we hope so. But anybody can go to the leaderboard anytime, look up the top 100 videos. And I believe they're supposed to split that into categories as well. And then you can see some of the videos. It doesn't have to be from big creators, right, that are getting hyped. Actually, it's not available to the biggest creators. I forget if you have to have less than 500,000 subscribers or less than 100,000. If somebody wants to fact check me on that, I'd love to be corrected. But there you go. And then Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now, beloved and dedicated moderator. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Mona Did What is in the house. She did a live stream last night. I was lucky to catch that with Greenland Quilter, Katie. They and one other creator were getting together for like a triple live stream marathon, let's just say. And Mona Did What always has a panel full of guests. She's been a friend of ours for years, a truly dynamic creator. She's always laughing. She's always having fun. And Tim Mitchell slipped in a handful of gifted memberships there. So thank you for that. We're going to look at Tim Mitchell's channels in another moment. I know they said they're driving right now, so thank you for that. And they've got a lot of activity coming up, including tonight, as a matter of fact. So we'll talk about that. Now, Scratch and PPA, you've heard me mention today a couple of times, being on YouTube on Tuesdays. We know that Scratch and PPA runs his premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He's been doing these for years. This is a creator who literally has perfect consistency. Sometimes he posts other videos. I'll talk about that in a moment. But his Scratch Challenge series happens every Tuesday. He has not missed a week in over 5 years. Soon I'll be saying 5.5 years. Over 5 years, if you can imagine. But if you can catch one of his premieres, you're going to see what that consistency does, because his chat rolls even faster than what we've got here. Faster than most others. I mentioned it earlier today, but he rivals those of Butler Family Farm, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, The Stock Explorer, and a few select others. Very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, Scratch and PPA is a fellow Canadian, And this creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we talk about what he does in the Scratch Challenge series of videos, he pits 2 tickets against each other, lottery scratch tickets, and then gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. I keep saying that. And then this creator has always had presentation at the forefront of their mind. You notice their bright, beautiful, colorful avatar is matched by content in their thumbnails. We might have expected that, but you'll also notice there's a hint here about giveaways that happen in his video series. Look, the Stock Explorer is right there. There's a spoiler alert for everyone. And then his banner is updated every single week, if you can imagine that. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. But I say it all the time now, this creator, if you think about how lottery scratch tickets work, you don't have to enjoy them. I'm sure a lot of people do, most people maybe. But we all understand that not every scratch ticket is exactly the same. The gameplay changes, the mechanics change. We're in Canada, so I recognize a lot of the tickets that I see from Scratch and PPA. We've even probably shopped in some of the same stores, and I'm not kidding. And then this creator, though, is going to match the video production, including animations, including special effects, with the gameplay of each ticket, if you can imagine. I'm constantly amazed by how much work has to go into this. When I watch what Scratch and PPA does in his videos, I'm literally watching the screen, trying to think about how he accomplished the different video effects or animations that he did, because I might steal ideas for my own videos if I ever post anything ever again. So Scratch and PPA as well. I mentioned the idea that sometimes he does other kinds of videos. So a couple of times he has brought a series of shorts. He took a trip to Italy about, it's getting close to 3 years now, but 2.5 years ago. And he brought us some vlogging style shorts from that trip, along with some Italian lottery tickets, very different from what we usually see. Then this year he returned to Italy and brought us an entire series of short videos featuring Italian lottery tickets again. So hopefully everybody will check all of those out. He does a great job with playlists as well. And then his live stream, he did his very first live stream from the first trip to Italy that I knew about, that I referenced from 2.5 years ago. I was lucky to have been in the chat at the time. I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so we're happy to see he's expanded the content on the channel. Pete is amazing, Michael. Absolutely. And then yeah, thank you everybody for helping with the idea of the hype there as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA, and like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator. They all have their own channels. They all do different things. And there's Vintage Style by Joe. I watched one of her videos earlier today. Probably one of my favorite videos, because I didn't think about something. I watched a different kind of video today, and it was on my personal channel, not Tuber Chat, but I watched some, like, a lot of times I mentioned the idea that I'm attracted to like tiny homes, cabins that are off-grid in the woods and things like that. I don't have one. You know, I aspire to someday have a cottage or a cabin or a waterfront property or something, who knows, right? But I love seeing the stuff, right? Can't build for the life of me. I'm just as clunky as anybody. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Okies Eden is going to come up after Tim Mitchell, because I'm falling out of place here, because I'm getting into story time. But I want to say about Vintage Style by Joe. I watched a different kind of video today, and actually something just came up for me, I think a second ago there, recommended. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And thank you, Mona Did What? Vintage Style by Joe and Rushing Wind Mountain she's talking about. We're going to put Mona Did What up with a couple of channels in another moment, but thank you for the super chat. Tim Mitchell's coming up in a moment, but see how these videos are coming up even on the Tuber Chat channel now, right? Because I sometimes accidentally watch stuff with the wrong account logged in. Anyway, solo cabin build, people building stuff, you know, this kind of stuff, because I watched this video today, so it's probably in my browser cookies. But the idea was that the contractor or the person who was building, they were doing some siding. They built an additional unit at the back of their house. And it's one of those time-lapse videos, right? It was still an hour long, but showed like what they had done in days or probably weeks. And what the focus was is that this particular person who was building all the stuff was really being thoughtful about using the scraps of the pieces of wood, pieces of different material, shingles, concrete, everything, so that things did not get wasted, not as much as they would in a standard build. And I was just thinking about that this morning because I watched a video from Vintage Style by Joe where she was literally talking about keeping collections of scraps. She keeps them incredibly organized, as a matter of fact, because she does it regularly, I guess. But yeah, I had that thought because I thought it's a wonderful idea to be able to maximize when we think about the use. Like, you know, if you're, I'm just imagine, but we'll look at Vintage Style by Joe in a few minutes here because of Mona. But when you think about what some of these creators are putting together, like Vintage Style by Joe is quilting and crafting and constantly using materials and fabrics and things like that. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house, by the way. Thinking about cutting a piece of material or wood or plastic or styrofoam or anything at all, you know, there's going to be little pieces that are left over after you've used what you need. Now, I haven't built enough things myself personally to have a ton of scraps and things like that, but I have saved little pieces of wood or, I don't know, metal or whatever that I think I might use one day, as opposed to just getting rid of it or chopping it up and burning it in a fire or anything like that. But a wonderful idea. So I don't know why I go on so much about this. My speeches get way too long, but and then I think out loud and make everybody think I'm talking to them when I'm really talking to myself. Trying to convince myself to stop with the story time. Tracy's Local Learnings, good to see you in the house. Tim Mitchell's dropping a super chat to take over the stream boss. That's the video game life beater under the camera there. Lester Crochet, I've got you on the wheel. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. Tim Mitchell has held that position many, many times. This creator also gifted a handful of memberships earlier, for which I'm grateful. We're going to look at Oki's Eden in a moment, and then Mona Did What, and a couple of other channels. I'm going to start trying to move it, and no more story time for today. I've been doing not bad, I think, considering having 6 days off. And then... Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Thank you for that. Yeah, it is a speech. And then Tim Mitchell up on the screen actually looks after a few different channels. And I mentioned that earlier, and I mentioned the fact that they've got quite a bit coming up, so I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Tim Mitchell has his own channel. He's working on 500 subscribers, and hopefully we can push him a little bit farther if anybody hasn't connected with him already. He's bringing outdoor content. This creator also brings a lot of shorts, and they're bringing a lot of dash cam footage as well as a few other outdoor videos here. 1,900 views on a couple of these, and typically live streaming every Tuesday. So this creator tends to live stream right smack in the middle of my full-time gig, but once in a while, if I have an early afternoon and they have a late day, I'm able to catch them. But I've caught many of these live streams before, and Tim Mitchell does a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're driving, usually through Seattle or to and from. And then what I'm going to look at as well is Chef CV, which is Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And I just watched the latest video today, or one of the latest videos, where they were making the chicken parmesan. It's one of my favorite things to make. I don't do a great job. I just know how to make it. It's not difficult. But Chef CV gives us an interesting spin on this. The idea is to make chicken parmesan that tastes like it came from an Italian restaurant. So we'll let people like Scratch and PPA be the judge of this. But my guess is that it probably is as delicious as everything else she makes on the channel. She's got another video. This one's really short, but I'm going to put it in my catch-up list anyway. And 2D Life family, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a longtime friend as well. What we are looking at with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, Chef Civi is going to help us navigate the kitchen. So she's making lots of interesting meals and dishes, but this creator also helps us navigate the kitchen. So she talks about things like cookware and bakeware and helps us understand some of the different things we're going to find in the kitchen, including product reviews, as a matter of fact, as well. And Chef Civi happens to go, you'll notice a theme throughout the channel, this colorful wheel. We love colorful wheels here. I think she just changed the banner as well. Shorts on this channel. Nice to see some Happy Mail from different friends on YouTube as well, but they get involved in a lot of other people's, like, they cross promote with a lot of other creators. I run into Tim Mitchell and Chef Civi almost daily, supporting other people in live streams and premieres, and they collaborate with a lot of people as well, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I noticed the chat really started to pick up again. Relax with Melissa, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. She's often working while we're streaming, but thanks for being here. I do appreciate every moment. I know sometimes people come in for a quick second to give a thumbs up, and friends that run the stream in the background, I appreciate that always. You notice the colorful wheel again. I'll talk about that in a second. So Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, Chef Civi has gotten into 1,500, 1,800, 2,600 views on some of these short videos, and then live streams. This is what I was about to talk about, because they're live tonight. So classic chicken pot pie is what Chef Civi is going to do tonight, and then they actually get involved in these live streams every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And they've got a multi-cam setup, 4 different cameras, while they work on the different things that they're making. Typically what we see is the mystery wheel of misfortune. That colorful wheel is real life. You see it in the background of some of the streams when you see Chef Civi in the kitchen. If I dig back through some older videos, we'll probably eventually see it. Anyway, you'll trust me, it's there. And this creator spins the wheel, which contains a bunch of ingredients that have been added from the chat list and from the chat, and it can make some interesting combinations, to say the least. But we'll see that every week on this channel. And then they've got another channel as well, so I'll show you that, and it's kind of complimentary. Off-Topic Squirrel. This is the unofficial official Off-Topic Squirrel, a behind-the-scenes look at Chef Civi, and they might take us on different adventures here. They might give us different stories to be told. And then they've got a series here that seems to have just started. They've got shorts on this channel as well, getting into 1,200 and 1,500 views, and then live streams. These happen on the last Saturday of every month. So I'm not sure if that's next week or one more week, but they play Cards Against Humanity. And for anybody that knows that game, the answers, of course, that come in from the chat can get pretty obscure. And then hopefully everybody will connect with both Tim Mitchell and Chef Civi and the unofficial official Off-Topic Squirrel. Obviously, over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships again and dropped a super chat. So thank you for that. I say it all the time. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And then we had a couple of highlighted milestone messages that already knocked off some of that stream boss there. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that a million times as well. So I already spun the wheel. Oki's Eden is what we're going to talk about right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I reset the internet and everything else before we started today, because I reset the computer, and right after that the internet seemed all wonky, and I don't know if it was the internet or something like on the computer or whatever. I don't know. So it was luckily the mic wasn't on. I wasn't ready to start yet or anything like that, because you would have heard things nobody wants to hear. Oki's Eden is up on the screen right now, and this creator I've caught for a few different things, but they do a really thorough job whether they're talking about the garden and the things that they're growing. Their process looks like they're doing some canning here as well. I've caught them for live streams where they're cooking. And this creator's got some shorts on the channel as well. I've set the notification for the premiere that they've got coming up tonight. It's actually going to be another hour from now. And I know there'll be fresh content on the channel. I might be able to catch that. I got to keep track of how what everybody's doing. After Tuber Chat at 6:30 Eastern is Kristen Welton's premiere. After that is, or at the same time, but right after that is Canadian Family Life, with a special birthday celebration for one of their family members. And then there's more content tonight. So Oki's Eden at 7 o'clock will drop a premiere, and Michael's Adventures will drop one at 8 o'clock. And then I'm just going to grab the latest video from Oki's Eden. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. All of our homesteading friends seem to want to help us with both the process in doing the things we want to learn, whether it's cooking, whether it's gardening, or other homesteading activities. But they also seem to want to help us avoid some of the mistakes that they've made, which is a great way to learn as well. 2800, 3100, 3500 on some of these short videos, and then live streams frequently. So they'll be on the 19th, which I think is Tuesday. And this creator could be cooking, or they could be out in the garden. Either way, they're going to give us thorough ideas and processes for some of the things that they do. And another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I run into them constantly supporting other people in premieres and live streams as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I know Kovaction mentioned Panera Bread. When I was spending a lot of time in the United States, it's beyond 10 years ago now, probably more like 15 years ago, like all of my stories are. But Panera Bread was the one that had the foresight to have free Wi-Fi for everybody at high speed. So we used to, like, whenever we needed Wi-Fi, which for me is all the time, then even 15 years ago, I was like looking for Panera Bread, and they would get like plenty of lunch money off of us, because we'd be like, that's the place, man. They got the Wi-Fi. And then Vintage Style by Joe is up on the screen. I just watched this video right here. She often works with scraps of materials and fabrics, but not always. What Joe's doing on her channel is she's making vibrant, colorful, homemade, handmade things, usually with materials and fabrics, but all sorts of different crafty ideas here. I've seen her make Christmas decorations, gift bags, a tote for a computer recently, curtains, quilts, pillows, just about anything you could think of that somebody could sew, and probably a lot of things we can't think of. I've learned a lot from this channel, and one of the things is, like, a quilt can take up to 500 pieces, if you can imagine. A pillow can take up to 150 pieces, if I said that right. This creator here, I wondered about one thing, because she didn't specifically say how many pieces she used in the scraps that she was putting together today. But if you watch one of these videos from the other day, the spring patchwork curtains, I really enjoyed this as well. This is different because this is the video in which I learned about her channel. You would have figured it, but I learned about the channel for sure, that she brings in a lot of materials and fabrics, let's say as Happy Mail, from other either creators or supporters and things like that. But you get an idea in all the thumbnails about the vibrant, colorful things that she's making. Some of them have themes. What she was working on today, or in the video I watched today, was a mix mash of all kinds of different things, but it makes it so colorful colorful and vibrant. 2,600, 4,000 views, live streams on the channel as well. I've caught her for many live streams. Difficult for me these days because she's on right smack in the middle of my Friday mornings when I'm working, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. But I will always try to catch her if I can. And for anybody here, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, especially if you have something special coming up, like a monetization celebration. I try never to miss those. People's birthdays, anniversaries, different celebrations on YouTube, anything like that. I will try to be in there if I can, if you can find a moment to message me. I forgot, that's what she was making, a lap quilt, which was interesting. She said, like, for the summer, for sitting outside, which I think is a cool idea. You know, something that's one of a kind, something that's unique, something that you've put heart and soul into. And I'm always impressed when I see people making anything that I either can't or won't do. You know, I have done the tiniest amount of sewing. I could probably do a terrible job of fixing my jeans if I needed to. They wouldn't look good, but they would still work, let's just say. But it makes me that much more impressed by people who have artistic talent in any different way that it could be. But that's a perfect example. Mona Did What dropped a super chat so that we would look at Joe's channel and Rushing Wind Mountain from Ruby as well. These are obviously creators who've had impact on her as well as they have on me and on us. They've all been, you know, dear friends for a long, long time, incredibly supportive creators between Ruby and Joe and Mona, all three of them. We'll look at Mona's channel in a second. She dropped a super chat for Vintage Style by Joe and Rushing Wind Mountain, but Ruby has been with us from what I insist is the beginning. I say it's 5.5 years. I think she says it's a little bit shorter, but somewhere around there. I've lost track of how long it's been. And this creator comes from the Pacific Northwest. She brings us pleasing audio and visuals featuring nature and wildlife. And the videos on this channel are really sporadic. They could go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. Same for live streams, and they've got plenty of shorts as well. But I'm just going to grab the longer of the two latest videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, that playlist I keep joking about with the fun name that I used to keep her get caught up with creators. And then Rushing Wind Mountain has gotten into George, you guys are making me laugh in the chat. Rushing Wind Mountain, pardon me, has shorts on the channel as well. And if you dig through these, you're going to find some of the wildlife, and there's some humorous moments in there as well. But again, otherwise pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, and then they've got live streams. And Ruby has experimented, even up to the last few days actually, with both vertical and horizontal or portrait and landscape modes for live streams, and these again can go anywhere from minutes up to hours. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Mona Did What dropped a super chat so that we'd look at her channel in Vintage Style by Joe, and we'll talk about Mona Did What in a second. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Mona Did What up on the screen right now. She's also been with us for, I forget how long. I don't think it's been 5 years, but has to be 4. And it could be longer than I think. I don't remember Mona Did What not being a part of the Tuber Chat family. When you catch this creator for a live stream, like I was lucky to do last night, she did a thing with Greenland Quilter Katie and another creator. The live stream starts off with a grid full of friends. Let me just pull it up here for a second. Look at this. That's the beginning of the live stream. You know, already with a handful of people, and they're laughing and talking about what she had everybody laughing right out of the gate last night on, and it's no surprise because Mona Did What has always been an over-the-top, not just generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter like I always say, but super fun, super friendly. She's getting people together all the time, introducing everybody to everybody, and she does it very naturally. The definition of what I call a dynamic creator or a dynamic host. So I hope everybody will connect with Mona Did What, see what I'm talking about. Nice IKEA shelf in the background there, by the way. I window shop for those all the time. And then I have one or two. And then shorts on the channel. Mona Did What has gotten into 10,000, 11,000, 15,000 views. You'll see she's making vibrant, colorful things as well. What I was taken away with Mona's content from, or if it makes sense what I'm saying, what took me away, or what I was taken away with when it comes to Mona's content so long ago, is the idea that she's going to help us with quilting. And like I mentioned earlier in the stream, she's going to help us avoid some of the mistakes that we can make if we're going to try quilting or sewing. But she's also going to show us how to fix some of the mistakes. And this is the only creator who I've caught that from. I'm sure lots of our friends who are doing sewing are showing a lot of people how to fix mistakes and things like that, but Mona Did What stands out to me because I remember seeing that and I thought that was great. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mona Did What. She's been a dear friend, like I said, always smiling, always laughing, always connecting people. And like most creators in the Tuber Chat family, you're going to meet more friends when you're on any of their channels as well. And then hopefully, I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Chiplo75 is here. Let's go for another break. We're not going to play a clip this time. We'll just go for 3.5 minutes. We're going to come right back. Mona Did What? Thank you again for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. I'm sure Joe and Ruby both appreciate the promotion. Rushing Wind Mountain, we just looked at. I didn't clean up the wheel yet, so I'll try to do that right this second. We'll spin one more time, and then we'll go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come right back after we already looked at Cove Action Travel. I thought I forgot to put them on the wheel. No, we looked at Chuck and Lori's channels already. I hope did I put up Live, Love, Laugh, Lori? I'm not sure if I did. I think I did, and I'm going to type it in the chat. Live, Love, Laugh, Lori. And forgive me, I think I said I was going to put it up and I didn't. Jen Palazzo is coming up in 3.5 minutes. Yeah, you love those hot mic moments. I've told Kristen so many times, I said there's always a chance. She'll say, like, is your mic on? Sometimes she didn't this time, but she'll say, is your mic on? And I'll say, like, yeah, it's probably off, but I can't be sure. Like, I'm never sure. God forbid there's a malfunction one day and it looks like it's off and it's not off or something like that. But anyway, that was not bad. She just either was coming in to make out with me or something like that. But she, got into something that, it's not even bad. I don't want anybody to be concerned. I could barely notice. She's just talking about her lip being some allergic reaction thing. I'm sure it'll be fine in a moment. And then, thank you. Ken Drago, spaghetti sounds good. Thank you very much. I might have forgotten to say hello to Mike's Adventure Sparks, and Hollow was in here. I caught them for a live stream, I think yesterday or the day before. So forgive me for that. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I'm going to start racing through channels, though, because we've only got about half an hour left, a little bit less than that. Kristen Welton has a, Mona did what? I made that mistake once before, too. I'm going to start dropping a link for Kristen Welton's premiere in another 10, 12 minutes or so. And then Canadian Family Life will be on either right after or at the same time. Kristen's videos are never very long. They're usually 10 minutes, I'd say 15 minutes max. She'll put a 5-minute intro on that. As long as Canadian Family Life's going to be on for at least half an hour. I know she said she might keep it short today. But we'll manage to get over there. So we'll raid into Kristen Welton. She'll raid into Canadian Family Life. Right now, from South Florida, we're looking at Palazzo Place. Look at this creator. So I don't always do this, but I'm going to do it now. It might be a little bit late, but Jen Palazzo is here with us frequently. And I would love to get this creator their 1,000 subscribers right now. So I'm going to show you a website, Social Blade. And if you haven't already seen this, it's a free website. Looks like they've changed it since I looked at this before. But this can show you oh, it's not, it doesn't want to do it. It's trying to guess the channel I'm looking for. YouTube handle or ID. There it is, Palazzo Place, import creator, there it is. Palazzo Place. Oh, something's wrong with the website now. Social Blade always works. I just said they might have changed something, so maybe it doesn't want to work right now, or you have to log in or something. Anyway, usually they have a counter that shows us exactly how long or how close a creator is. It'll go like 998, 999, 1000. I can't put it on the screen right now, so forgive me for that. Otherwise, I would. Now, Palazzo Place is at 997 subscribers. For anybody that's past 1,000, you know what that feels like. For anybody that's not quite there yet, you can imagine what it's going to feel like for you. So if anybody hasn't already connected with this extremely enthusiastic and supportive creator, I hope you will connect with her right now. We need more than 3 subscribers because we want to get this creator past 1,000. So that YouTube doesn't like make her dip back below afterwards, but we might be able to get her to 1,000 right now. So I hope everybody will connect with Palazzo Place, Jen Palazzo in the chat, and she's been with us for years now, at least a couple of years. This creator constantly gives positivity in the chat, reminders for thumbs up. We've probably gained hundreds of thumbs up just because of her. She's in South Florida. She's only made a few videos. She's got a couple of furry friends to share with us, but she shows us some of that snappy wild weather in Florida as well. And then you see some of her shorts have gotten into 1,600 views and beyond, a couple at 2,700, 4,200 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place. She's here with us for almost every live stream. 999 right now. So I'll give it one more second, and then we'll see if we can get this creator their 1,000. But please still, if anybody hasn't connected with her, I hope you will. If we can get her to like 1,004, 1,005, that should be enough to solidify the connections. And then just please make sure we're watching a video. She's got plenty of 3-minute videos. Watch from beginning to end. Let it run. Drop a comment and put the notification bell on and drop that thumbs up. We're going to help a person get to 1,000 subscribers today. So let's refresh and see if she's there. She probably will be in another second. And there it is, 1,000 subscribers. So Jen Palazzo, for all you've done for Tuber Chat and these live streams. I hope that we can keep that 1,000 locked in, but just keep at it. I know it's easier said than done, but just please keep talking to people in the chat. We still got 20 minutes. You can still grab a couple more friends, get that number up to 1,004, 1,005. I'm sure she's going to come over to Kristen Welton's after as well, come over to Canadian Family Life as well. Just keep connecting. If we can get you to 1,004, 1,005, 1,006, you'll be good to go. So, Just Jason Keto is coming up right now. Let's see what he has got going on for today. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Just Jason Keto's coming up. Now, this creator is another fellow Canadian who happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and somebody I've actually met up with a few times in real life. I'm always happy for meetups, and Jason only lives a couple hours away from me, so he probably recognizes all of Scratch and PPA's scratch tickets as well. What we see with Just Jason Keto is he's talking about a proper human diet. And the goal is to try to help people think a little bit healthier, eat a little bit healthier, really focused a lot of times on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And this creator actually has a lot of recipes that go along with the channel. He's got a lot more than just recipes, but he does have a lot of recipes on the channel. Excuse me. And they... yeah, this is an interesting video because this one's got quite a lot of views for something that had just come out. Did he put that on Friday night, right? So we're just a day and a half past now, not quite 2 days. So interesting to see that this video is flying, which is great to know. And then Just Jason Keto, though, all of his recipes feature only a few ingredients. He's done plenty of chaffle recipes. He's done over 100 of those. But either way, his recipes have only a few ingredients, are simple and easy to make, and don't take a lot of time either. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. He also does product reviews, sometimes traditional product reviews, something we might find in the kitchen or something related to our YouTube videos, but also product reviews, things we might find in a grocery store or health food store marketed towards keto. He's always thinking about his audience, different types of videos. He brings us Christmas series. He brings us occasional videos. He's actually set up a new channel for some of the more occasional things, but I'll show that to you in another moment. He's got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 6,000, 7,000 views, 9,000 on one that's still getting views, and 23,000 on one that I've seen, and I promise you this one's worth watching. It's a traditional short. I think it's only 15 seconds long, but truly entertaining. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Jason is live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, sometimes with a guest. Most often it's just Jason, and he gives us an opportunity to either talk keto, we talk a lot of YouTube, and then gives everybody a chance to connect with other creators, because like I said, he is a fellow or a beloved and dedicated moderator. And thank you, Jason, but I'll just put it up for a second. It's Just Jason is his second channel. This is just a complimentary channel he's got set up to post anything that wouldn't otherwise fit in a channel focused on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So I'll leave it to everybody to find that. It's called It's Just Jason as a handle. And then Hala, is still in the house. I didn't say hello when you came in earlier. I don't think I did. I didn't mean to miss you. I saw you in the chat when you came in probably an hour ago. But I didn't have you on the wheel, so I'm going to get you on the wheel right now. You'll take Blester Crochet's place. She's another longtime friend. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Blessed to Crochet is up here right now. Forgive me, Blessed to Crochet, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the second channel right now. This creator is working on 2,300 subscribers, though, and she's going to bring a mix of crochet and what I would almost consider like homesteading content, because she's half the time outdoors, half the time indoors. This creator wants to connect everybody as well, like in the same way that we talk about here in Tuber Chat, making new friends. I'm just going to grab the latest video. Looks like chasing some watch hours there with a diamond painting music video. But this creator's brought more variety on the channel along with these things as well. Spiritual inspiration, if I didn't already say so. Lots of live streaming, so she's been streaming lately. Sometimes it's the creator herself. Sometimes there are watch hour type videos, like the kind of things people do on attended streams to grab some watch hours there. Everybody can connect while they're on. And then shorts on the channel as well. They've gotten into 10,000 views, 11,000 views. And Blessed to Crochet has been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Yeah, Glorious Platter. I may not have said hello, but I did talk about your short video there at 1.3 now, I see. My dear goodness. Blessed to Crochet, let me see if she's got the other channel linked here. So I recommend to anybody that does have more than one channel, I don't want to recommend anybody start more than one channel, but I do want to recommend, if you have more than one, to link it both on your About section and then possibly put it somewhere on your front page as a featured channel, like you've seen we do on Tuber Chat with our copyright free music channel. It's at the bottom here, but anybody can grab that and lets anybody find it if they know you have more than one channel. And thank you, Scratch and Pete PA's got the name Blessing Through Connection. I figured he probably would. 2D Life Family, thank you for the gifted membership. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. I know that Clark will probably be happy to have that. We'll see. And then Blessing Through Connection up on the screen is a complimentary channel from Blessed to Crochet. Here they want to focus even more on connection, and they mean connecting of creators to each other. They've got some shorts here promoting those that have showed up for the live streams, and then these are most often the unattended live streams I'm talking about. I think what happens here is the creator comes on for a while and then lets them go, if I'm not mistaken, but please correct me if I'm wrong, because I've caught a couple of those. And then 2D Family Life is coming up. This is actually a longtime friend. You might remember a channel called Derek's Journey that's been with us for years, and they've rebranded, renamed the channel, but they're bringing us a lot of content lately. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So I'm still going to get through as many channels as I can. I put Sarah Prestwood on the wheel now. As promised, we always get to at least a couple of channels from the chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. We still got time for a few more channels, and Kristen Welton always puts a 5-minute intro on her premiere, so we've got a couple of extra minutes time to go through another couple of channels. So 2D Life is up on the screen. Thank you for the gifted membership again. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. Always, they've done things like that a million times before over the years. And what they do most often, they've always been focused on health, sometimes fitness, and they've been doing a lot of product reviews. They've literally reviewed just about every energy drink I think anybody could find as a minimum. I'm just going to grab the latest Monster, and I want to see what you had to say about this one. I'm not sure if we have that. Voodoo Grape? I'm unsure. I've cut down the number of monsters I'm having. I even avoided having one today, whether you can believe it or not, or a second one today, I should say. When I realize how much money I'm spending on monsters, I buy them by the case, so I get them as cheap as you can, but still, it's an atrocious amount of money when you think about it. And I'm trying to cut down, like a lot of people are, on some of the unnecessary things. So 1 monster a day is bad enough. 2 monsters a day is out of the question now. And then 3,000, 4,000, 6,000 views on some of the shorts on this channel. And hopefully everybody will connect with 2D Life, what they're letting us know as well. 2D Life is a vlog channel about the real life of an intercultural couple living in the United States. And then working on 3,300 subscribers, which is great to know. So like I said, this is actually a longtime friend, but they've rebranded and reset their channel. And then Dilo Flow Show, thank you so much. I did enjoy watching your Alien video review video today. And we did talk about your channel earlier, where I mentioned that, and I see you had another, I think 2 more videos after that, if I'm not mistaken. Sarah Prestwood's coming up now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So the next channel that we're looking at is, when we look at Sarah Prestwood, she says, the master of all movies, Prestwood DVD collector. What this creator is doing on her channel more than anything else is giving us a look at her impressive and sizable DVD and Blu-ray connection. She's had a couple of my favorites in there. I'm just going to grab the latest video because I've caught her for a live stream before, but I'm way behind in videos, even though she's posting like crazy. So a week and a half ago I caught one, but look at how many videos she's put out in the last week. So sometimes more than once a day, which is great. That's a lot of content. And you can see she's over 1,100 subscribers, halfway on the road to 1,200 now. Over 1,800 videos in total on the channel, including shorts, and some of these have gotten into 2,200, 2,400, 6,900 views, which is great to see, and then live streams. So like I said, I caught her about a month ago. I haven't caught this one, and then we'll see if she's going to do another one anytime soon. I got notification bells on for every single channel, and Sarah Prestwood, if you know when you're going to be live next and do a live stream, just please let us know in the chat. And then let's spin the wheel. Kristen Walton is coming up. She's got a premiere. I just dropped a link for that, but I'll do it again right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Nicole Ray GLP1, good to see you here. I feel like I recognize the name of the channel, but I might be mistaken, and forgive me if I say that this might be your first time here. But hopefully you're feeling welcome, if I am wrong about that. And then Kristen Welton is up on the screen right now. And this is my love. We're together in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. She's the one who was featured in my hot mic moment a few moments ago. And she's got her own channel. She's doing her own thing. She's been at this for years as well. She started with beauty and makeup and bath and beauty type products. Continues that today, but she's also done plenty of product reviews and subscription unboxings as well. Things like Ipsy, we used to know and love as BoxyCharm, and other things like that. She's collaborated with people. We've done a few things together. Right now, she's bringing us a series of videos explaining her life and journey through MS, which is something that she lives with and something she likes to share. It's been 10 years now of this, and it's interesting to see all the symptoms, how she has to deal with that. It can be very educational because I believe most of us learn about MS a little bit while we're in school. Pardon me, it's a tongue twister. Multiple sclerosis. We learn about it, but if you're anything like me, you forget all that stuff by the time, you know, years and decades go by. So it's great that we can hear from creators, and she follows another couple of people who share their experiences as well. But this can give us a look into her life and what she's going through right now. She puts a lot of work into her thumbnails. As you can see, these bright, bold headshots make her recognizable. She's experimented with plenty of different formats or styles when it comes to thumbnails over the years. She's always trying new things, including working with AI. That's why lately her thumbnails have turned out blue as opposed to purple and pink that she's usually known for. One of the other things she's known for is putting bloopers in her videos, and I'm not sure whether we'll see that today, but she does it most often. Sometimes they're in the middle of the video, sometimes they're right at the beginning, and sometimes they're right at the end. And then this creator's got plenty of shorts featuring tons of variety here, and there's Spiky Bruiser and Trouble Von Cuddlepuss making cameo appearances. Of course, she can share winter weather with all 4 seasons. We got hammered with a couple of blizzards over the last couple of years. That always turns into views, 22,000, 28,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams. She's done plenty in the past. We'll see if she's going to do any more, but we've done a few together, and then she's collaborated with other creators. She's done indoor and outdoor live streams, and she has done StreamYard panels with other creators as well. She's working on 1,800 subscribers, obviously a fellow Canadian, and monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's dropping her premiere in another 10 minutes or so, and then Canadian Family Life will be live at pretty much the same time. So we're going to raid into Kristen Welton, and then we'll raid into Canadian Family Life right after. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, Dilo Flow Show, I wonder if you're talking about cerebral palsy, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know any more than anybody else about it. We learn about some of these things from our friends, from our family, from hopefully the school system a little bit. But yeah, there's lots of different things that affect a lot of people. My prayer is that medicine and, you know, that kind of thing is moving faster, hopefully, than ever before. Maybe AI can help with that, I don't know. And maybe we'll start to see a lot more help for a lot of these things a lot faster than we have in the past, but we'll see. So we're still working on channels. I'll get to as many as I can in the next 10 minutes or so. Kristen Welton also always puts a nice long intro on her premieres. That'll give us an extra couple of minutes. So Canadian Family Life is going to go live, though, in about 5 minutes from now. They've got a birthday coming up. Bella and Alex, of course, are featured all over the channel with Chris, Tiffany's husband. Tiffany's the creator of the channel, of course. And Canadian Family Life is in New Brunswick. Now, Tiffany happens to be a moderator on this channel as well, but this is one of the most fastest growing channels that we had seen in the Superchat family, getting her first 1,000 subscribers in just over, first 3,000 subscribers in just over a year. She did a little bit of promotion after that, but this creator, like I said, grew really rapidly, and I believe one of the reasons is because she supports people so much. I run into Canadian Family Life probably every single day, supporting people in different premieres or live stream chats. And they do all sorts of different things on this family channel. They do food bank grocery hauls, cooking, baking videos, challenges between family members. They upkeep an impeccable container garden. They do product reviews, now sponsored videos. They got plenty of Happy Meal and product reviews on the channel. And then yeah, lawnmower they were struggling with, though. I saw that one this morning. Shorts on the channel as well. Some of that winter weather. I think they get it worse than we do out in New Brunswick. I could be wrong about that. And then when we look at how some of these are performed, 3,000, 5,600, 14,000 views. I think this one's still gets views and then live streams on the channel. So Tiffany only usually goes live every month or two, but today's a very special celebration. So we'll be wishing Bella a happy 15th birthday, which is obviously an exciting milestone for her and for the family. And that'll be, I'll be over there right after Kristen Welton's premiere. But for anybody that's able to watch more than one thing at a time, by all means hop over there right away. The stream is probably likely about to start. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. They're monetized too. Lots of ways to support them also with Super Chats, memberships, and everything else. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, I'm just dropping the link again. I meant to pin it. I didn't do that yet, but I'm going to pin the link. And this is for Kristen Welton's premiere that's coming up right now. And then we'll move over to Canadian Family Life as well. Heart's Humble Homestead. This is a channel I'm just getting to know. I just watched this homemade ghee video earlier today. I think that's how you pronounce that, right? Shows you how much I know already. But I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. So I'm just going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels, but after weeks and months of watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content as well. And then anybody can reach out anytime. I love to get to know creators behind the channels. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And they've got shorts on the channel over here. These have gotten into 2,300, 2,500 views. All of our homesteading friends seem to want to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others, regardless of their YouTube channels. But it's a wonderful platform to be able to share a lot of the different things that they bring us, both indoors and outdoors, especially in the kitchen, in the garden, and sometimes with livestock as well. So they're actually in the UK. Which is kind of cool. And then they say, can they still live the self-sufficient life after job loss and chronic illness? Interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, but I'll be just as interested to follow the story and see how that is working out and continues to go. 761 subscribers, working on 800 now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Okay, I'm going to race through the next few channels, but I've got Debbie Way Gaming, Gloria's Platter, and Simply Debbie Sue all on the wheel. Hala's up here right now. This creator is bringing us a lot of content that I struggled to describe when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family, because I was saying it looks travel-based, but it's actually more like event-based. So they're following a lot of different things, including a lot of auto shows. So a lot of auto enthusiasts will be able to pick off the makes and models of some of the things that they show us here. But they take us to many different events, sometimes even behind the scenes. Plenty of shorts on the channel at 3,100, 3,300, and 3,300. They're right in New York, so lots of familiar things for people to see. They bring us concerts, they bring us parades, they bring us different types of events. I just caught them for a live stream. I think they said it's the world's biggest dance parade yesterday, and I forget how many people they said were in that parade dancing, but interesting. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hala. Not to mention they're here with us just about every single stream. They're out there supporting other people, another enthusiastic creator as well. So we'd love to push them towards the 900 we know that they're thinking about. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So basically what happens is the wheel, I have a system in the background from Streamlabs that helps me keep track of how active everybody has been in the chat. It's not just about how long everybody's here, but it's a combination of the two. And then what I do over the course of the stream is add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged. And then in between channels, I spin the wheel to see who's coming up next. We put the channels on the screen. I talk about whatever I've learned about them. Some have been with us, you know, some are brand new. Some have been with us for over 5 years. And then we move on to the next channel. There's a couple of other things. Members and moderators get put on the wheel right away. Superchatters and membership gifters get added to the screen right away in order. But the things like super chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary here. And everybody has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen. Truth is, it's the least important part of what we're doing. Connecting with people in the chat, starting conversations, and making friends is what this is all about. Putting channels on the screen is just what I do for 3 hours while everybody's connecting with each other. So Simply Debbie Sue is up on the screen right now. I just watched another video. I was happy to see this one because I was able to sit there and listen to the story. Right? So faith stories and simple joys is what Simply Debbie Sue is bringing us. Most often stories, but they're always heartwarming. I'm happy to see anybody spreading positivity in any way at all on YouTube. And these are pleasant, heartwarming stories as well. You did say your sister was going to do a video with you. I'm going to put this one in my catch-up list as well. I'll go through both of them. And Simply Debbie Sue otherwise might be giving us a chance to get to know her, get to know another family member. They've got some shorts over here at 1,600, 1,800 views. And they've got one of my favorite lines in an about section where they say, "Welcome to Debbie Sue, just a simple soul nestled in the heart of the Virginia mountains where the porch swings slow and the stories run deep." And it's absolutely true, and you hear that in the stories that they tell on the channel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Simply Debbie Sue. She brings us a touch of spiritual inspiration along the way as well. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So, Gloria's Platter's up here. There's another creator who's been with us almost from the beginning, well over 5 years now. And she does a remarkable job bringing us different types of things, both cooking and baking, sometimes entire meals. She does a great job with call to action. She always has. She's gotten people involved in the videos by giving everybody some kind of a task, usually a challenge. But you can see that this creator's grown incredibly. Now over 11,000 subscribers. Her latest short tells a great story as well, getting into 1.2 million views, which is a wonderful idea. And I'll take advantage of the idea of saying, you know, consistency over a long period of time. Eventually, some of our videos start to take off. That's wild success, but not surprising. After Gloria's Platter and the support that she gives to others, her engagement on YouTube, a true social network, and then this creator's consistency, not to mention talent in her videos as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Gloria's Platter, another dear friend, and I'll spin the wheel just for fun. Debbie Way Gaming is coming up. Save the best for last. We'll say forgive me for the channels we didn't get to today, everyone. I always appreciate everybody's patience. We always get to as many channels as we can in a 3-hour period. I'm actually over time now. Kristen Welton's premiere would have already started. Thanks to our moderators. I hope everybody will connect with all of them. I wouldn't be able to make these streams look so easy and do these the way that we do if it wasn't for their help. I can't begin to tell you how much help they give, not just to me, but to all of us. The Debbie Way Gaming, 3,200 subscribers, another longtime friend. She's been with us for years. She is the Debbiest of the Debbies. And I'm putting one of her latest videos into my catch-up list. She's going to bring us plenty of different video game footage on the channel, both in videos as well as shorts, as well as streams. The shorts have gotten into 121,000, 171,000, my goodness. And then live streams over here as well. And she's got a couple set up for tomorrow, and we can look forward to that. we see that she's bringing us lots of interesting titles here, some popular, some more independent. So 3,200 subscribers. She's getting close to having 1,000 videos on the channel, if you can imagine that. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. So thank you again, everyone. And let's make a quick exit. We're going to go over with Kristen Welton, and I'll see you